I heard him.
There's a cat behind you, though, who you are going to have to entertain.
All right. Three.
You are in charge
two.
of cat.
All right. I gotta do my introduction, so I'm gonna leave you for a little bit. Okay.
Quiet.
All right. Are you ready? Well, I mean, yeah. I think you should be fine because I'll still hear you, but I don't think the audience should be hearing you. But that is another question to be. All right. We ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing on this cold, snowy Wednesday? It's been a month and a half since my last stream, and let's just say November has just been busy. We've had 2 different guests staying with us for a little while. Very excited for all the phone nasts. I am too, myself. Just been a busy month with just a lot of stuff going on. We've had like 2 different guests coming in different weekends. Colossal Con that I went up with the other weekend, so that was another day and a half. Photo shoots, meetups, and also just wedding venue research and scouting. So that's just been taking a lot of time here and there. But again, I'm excited for today because it's the first time doing it on, actually no, probably not my first time doing this on this particular stream, because I know I've done this type of stream for a little while on previous stuff, but yeah, no, I'm kind of excited for today. Before we'll get into sort of like the house rules and all that kind of stuff, we of course always got a little something to do here before we start this stream. Yep, another stream, another time. Hi, Justin, how you doing? Just again, for any follows, for every stream, for any raids, we always add a photo to the wall, which I still have my stack here that I need to. But yeah, we got a couple different photos. The photo for today's stream is a good old classic one. Oh my goodness, thank you, Emmy Bonbon, for the follow. I'll add your photo in a second, but yeah, for the photo for this stream, which is kind of fitting, it's a cosplay photo for today's photo critique. Hello, Raptor, how you doing? A good old one that was literally right before COVID there. With the follow from hopefully Ban Anna Phalaxis, who I met at ColossalCon North. Their photo is a headshot photo. A headshot photo of my friend Sam from back in 2018 that I did for him. And actually, I went to Japan with him. And then, yeah, the follow from Emmy Bonbon, who I believe is probably one of our people who submitted to today's stream. If correct me if I'm wrong. Twitch, excited to have you here. Your photo, which honestly is fitting with all the snow that weekend, is an Emphas Nest cosplay that I shot, I want to say 2019. I think it was C2E2 2019. So that it'll be another great addition to the wall. But yeah, so a little quick house rules before we get things started. We're gonna have the format for this stream kind of similar to Snap and Chat, where this is basically going to be a recorded talk show podcast kind of format on the car. So lurking and listening, that's perfect right there. So hopefully the sound of my voice is very soothing for you. But yeah, so we'll be, just so that, you know, we're basically recording this so that this could be uploaded to YouTube. That's why a lot of either notifications have been sort of like silenced a little bit, as well as the channel points rewards have been there. Just don't want too many random distractions that just kind of pop in and, you know, doesn't make sense when you rewatch on the upload. I will be we will still keep interacting with the chat, but we will mostly be chatting via text. The only times maybe I might bring something up is someone from the chat, say for example, if our photographer who uploaded to the stream, I might like respond like they mentioned this, they mentioned that. So that might be a little bit there as well. And again, the most important thing is that that again, all these facts, all these sort of like notes and critiques, don't, you know, I'm not the master of all photography. These are just sort of notes and ideas just to take into consideration. And again, we're just hoping to like give any advice as possible just to help improve one's photography. So please don't get upset at all. We're not going to be roasting anyone on these streams, but please just take whatever, notes or constructive feedback as just something just to learn and improve upon. And yeah, without further ado, is my guest ready for today? Is my guest ready? All right. Well, let's give a good welcome to our guest today. My guest who was the first Snap and Chat guest from earlier this year. And I thought the best way to close out the year with the first photo critique guest, HayleySteinPhoto. Let's transition you over here. Uh-oh. I think I lost your... There we go. Got you on camera here. Hello, and with a tapioca on the lap here. So, Hayley...
Tapioca says hi.
Hi, tapioca. I don't know where my...
Oh,
no, yeah. My orange boy's literally right behind me there. So...
Oh, we have 2 orange guests.
We have 2 orange cats that are just here. So I'll try to give them the room. But for those who don't know...
So cozy.
For those who don't know, Hayley, do you want to give a little quick introduction to yourself?
Yeah, totally. Sorry, tapioca distracted me. Hi, I'm HayleySteinPhoto. I am that on, I think, everything. I've been doing cosplay photography specifically since 2019, but I'm a full-time photographer. I do event photos. I do studio photos, portraits, you name it, I've done it. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, no, perfect. So how's your day been going so far?
So far, so good. Just editing, errands, petting a cat. Not bad.
Nah, life is good. But yeah, no. So again, Hayley, thank you again for being my first guest here for this stream, to which I'll admit, like, I'm taking a little inspiration from another cosplay photographer who hosted these types of streams many years ago. In fact, I think right around when COVID hit, and then life just got busy for them to that degree. That photographer is Vontography, to which actually, funny enough, they submitted a photo themselves for this. But
and I guess they support.
What was that?
And I guess they support the idea.
They do. Well, again, kind of like what I thought was kind of great when I first started out in cosplay photography is that even though, like, when I first submitted photos, like, oh, this gotta be the greatest photo ever. I'm not gonna lie, they kind of also ripped me a harsh one, or at least took me down a peg in level. But even though, like, even though it hurt my pride a little bit, but at least it helped me learn to improve. Like, all right, these are things I got to take into fact in a matter. And honestly, I think every time I submit it, I always felt like ways to improve and learn upon and all that degree. And I thought, might as well try bring that back, since you don't see too many of that support going on in recent years. So as I said, literally taking advice from him was great, and I thought just kind of copying it and seeing how this goes. Yeah. So
I love to see it. I love seeing people talk photo. There's not that many of us, so it's nice to hear everybody's ideas and opinions on it. Obviously, art is subjective, so we are not like the end all sayers of this. Like, your stuff isn't bad. We're just gonna, suggest ways that we think you can improve. That's all.
Perfect there. And so we're gonna get started with the critiques, but one little thing that I kind of thought that would be fun to do is not only do we critique people who submitted for the stream, but also critique our own, because we did have one cosplayer submitted a photo from Hayley, and I thought, you know what, Hayley, how about you review one of my photos? To which then she thought of submitting her own photo, and it got this whole confusion of text messages and all that stuff. But yeah, so I thought maybe that can be a good little twist and way where it's like, we'll pull our own chains a little bit on this. So I'm happy to start the critique with a photo that is by HayleySteinPhoto.
Yeah.
And I will say this one, I was happy you kind of submitted this one. Well, you submitted a few of them, but I was like, all right, let's just start with this one. Let's start with this one, because honestly, I gave you options. I gave you gave me options, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this one because one, when I saw like this set, I loved it. It was so like, oh my God, because you shot at the Chicago Cultural Center, right?
Yeah, this
To
is
which,
the Chicago Cultural Center. Probably midday.
no, because I remember like that there were a couple cosplayers that were asking like possible locations for this shoot on like the Cos Meetup Discord, and I think I recommended this location on there, and then they were like jumping right on there, and it's just kind of funny how like it just it just kind of transitioned to you doing a shoot there yourself. So,
It's
but
a
yeah,
beautiful place to shoot, and they are very nice. It's free.
yeah, the nice and free. The only stipulation is no light stands.
No light stand.
So, but yeah, so do you want to describe at least the cosplayers in the photo and how you took it at least? Because I do have notes from others submissions, but I don't have notes from yours.
Right, I was supposed to do that. Okay, so this is taken on a Nikon Z6. This was probably this June, midday, probably 2 or 3 p.m. Obviously no flash. This was all natural light. I brightened them up in Photoshop, and here we are.
Give me a second.
Let me think. Lens. I was probably actually a 35. I think.
35 millimeter, you said?
Yes, I believe it was.
Okay. Copy.
I've been using that a lot lately, so I want to say that's what it was.
Yeah, I've been using my variable lens a little bit, a lot lately, and it's like I do need to try to just get back into some primes. I need to get back into some primes,
I've been
especially
using primes almost solely lately, and I've been really liking it.
nah, fair.
I mean, it takes a second, and it can be annoying, obviously, but I've been liking it.
But I know it's just been convenient because especially I've been doing a lot of flash photography, and it's just like, all right, one less thing to carry around and awkwardly like switch between
Totally.
like, and also try and like set up lights and all that. And it's like, I always need that extra aperture anyways, because again, I can only hit my shutter so much. But yeah, so we'll take a, so I guess I should just probably just be solo critiquing this photo myself. So you get to relax and hang with the cat. So as I said, I do love sort of like the pose itself. It's kind of like got that little voyeuristic kind of sense there where, you know, you can look at the distance. I do kind of like how, again, I'm trying to think through this a little bit because it's funny enough, I've written notes for all the other critiques, but I forgot to write down stuff for you just to do it. But yeah, so there was no, so yeah, there's all natural light because there is that big light that is coming in from the main room in there. Such.
Yes, there are behind. Sorry, but behind where I am taking this photo, there are kind of lights coming in to give me a little bit of that brightness on them.
So basically, you're getting a lot of daylight that's coming in on their fronts, but then you're kind of getting the tungsten light that's behind them to that degree.
Very yellow in there.
So very yellow to that. So as I said, it's like it definitely fits well with the vibes and the themes and the story. I do like just the simplicity of just holding hands, looking at each other. To that. A few like little thoughts and ideas of ways to improve. Like one thing that kind of gets me a little bit in photos is seeing like lines or things hitting to a subject's head. So you can see like how that like door mass is kind of like just going right into the beast's head. So that's always like something that kind of just in my like, and again, that's just also just me. It's like I try to make sure like to the best of my ability to make sure there's nothing going into the person's head. So I don't know whether just like shifting them just further into the door maybe would have helped so that you got their head like right in that clearing there. So that's a little thought idea. The other thing which I think could helped is if did you ever crop this photo?
I was at some point like backed against a wall to take this photo.
With
The
a
room
35
was not
millimeter?
that large. So I think that was as big as I could get it standing there.
And with a 35 millimeter, you said?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think because I was standing diagonal, there was like a fireplace kind of thing up against my back that I could not back up more. But yeah, it's cropped a teeny bit at the bottom.
So yeah, so like as I'm like kind of looking, it is that little bit where it's like it is that bit where you kind of do have Belle's dress that's getting like cropped off there. And so it's like it would have been nice to see sort of like that dress sort of like hitting the floor at like just a little bit, that you had that little space on there. Because I do love like you have a lot of headroom, like it kind of is working to that like openness and that space. But as I said, it's just that little crop there is what kind of like another thing, just because it's like, all right, if you're going full body, try to go the whole full body, and just that little crop down there just kind of does that. But yeah, so the other tricky part, which I think is also tough, because you are dealing with tungsten lights, like 3200 temperature in the back, and then you got the daylight 5600 at the front. So I think that was like one of the things, that was the one things that you're kind of questioning or curious about.
Yeah, it was more like, what do you think about the coloring? Do you think it worked? Do you think it was a little too cool, too warm? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it is that little bit where I do like the blue that's on like, you know, the beast side. So like, you know, you got that stone granite on that left. So it kind of like keeps it in that cool tone, but and then you get the warm yellows that are coming in from Belle's dress. Though I think obviously, is this kind of based on is this their own OC like creation, or is this based off, because this is not like the original like Belle dress, right?
Broadway version.
Is the Broadway version. Okay, because I'm trying to think, is the Broadway version, because it seems a little bit more on the orange side, at least as I'm looking into this, and stuff like,
yeah,
you know,
the ballroom itself is pretty like orange yellow toned. And the movie itself is quite, I don't know what you see that you're all about, but yeah, it's quite yellow in the movie itself. And I couldn't decide if I was going too yellow or not yellow enough.
I thought it was more golden yellow. That's why I thought in the movies. So
yeah, it's a yellow, orangey, gold, all three, in my opinion.
All three in your opinion. So, but yeah, so as I said, yeah, because if you got that warmth coming in, I'm kind of wondering if like, what would it look like if, you know, you get to the door area. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch over to my full screen here, just to get a little better look and example here. I'm kind of just curious if like, what if you had like sort of like this back area, and if you kind of like either darkened it up a little bit.
Ooh,
I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like, and either
that could,
one,
right.
Like if I might like just try to do like a quick couple tests or something to that degree to see, but like
I think you're right though.
Like kind of desaturating it just a little bit so you could get rid of that tungsten light. Let's see. Okay, well, again, I'm doing like a little bit of crusty kind of work here, but maybe let me try something else. Let me try curves. Place the mask.
Yeah, yellows are hard.
I think, yeah, it's like...
Yellows take a second sometimes.
Actually, let's try
especially when there's a green mixed in with a yellow. I feel like that is harder.
So it is kind of like that little mix where it's either, yeah, try to readjust that green, like, because the green does like stick a little bit.
Yeah, I left the cultural center as is. You know, I just thought it was pretty. But I thought about changing that color. But But I didn't.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe not as much. I
Wasn't there? I kind of wanted to. Sorry, not to talk over you. But I thought leaving the location like just the way it looked was pretty for this one.
True.
But yeah, I was curious what you thought.
Or maybe another. Let me see. Let's see if I add. So
I think the door itself. Maybe if you even cut out the green part, just do like the door frame.
Do the door, like it's like it. So like kind of include the door as well. Or actually, let's do one more.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe, yeah, because let me try another one. Maybe straighten lines.
Or maybe just cut out the green entirely and just darken.
Well, that's the other part where it's like the green is so closely related to the yellow. So that's where it kind of like matches. And again, I'm not, again, I don't have the full control probably versus of how you were able to edit this.
Well, yeah.
Or maybe.
Yeah, no, this is just for funsies.
Or actually, how about this? I'm removing the blues in the granite stone just to like get rid of that like sort of daylight color.
Yeah, even that looks a little more cinematic. Is that the word I'm looking for?
It's blending a little better, I think, than, you know.
Yeah.
And then let's see. And then I think what I'm doing is I'm kind of
someone says like, straighten the line if possible on the left side on the dark stone.
I see.
Vertical
like,
lines.
yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, I do see. Like
you're
if
right,
I were to.
it's kind of like. So, yeah, it's like a little tilted.
Little askew. Oh, yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I guess I didn't notice that myself.
The door is askew.
It's askew. I know, yeah, as I said, like you kind of see that I darkened it just a little bit, or I desaturated the blues from that,
I like that.
And then added just, I did add a little yellow, but I think it kind of made it look a little green, which I think that kind of adds to.
I think that works for it though,
so.
Because of the green in the back. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, it's that kind of like a little bit where, with especially photo editing, you could always just like test out and try different little techniques and things. But again, it never hurts to have some extra. So yeah, one says it's more castle-like now. They're leaving the cold out of the castle to the warmth and love of bonding. Which again, yeah, I do kind of see that. I do see that.
Yeah, it's warmer.
But, so embracing the warmth and love and such.
It's fun to see how like a very small adjustment like that can change the vibe of a photo, though.
No, exactly there. But no, as I said, it's like I do love it. It's like, yeah, probably, as I said, maybe just try to tone down the yellows in the background a little bit. Actually, let me see on the skin. Just kind of curious a little bit. Did you use a lens blur at all?
Yeah, in Photoshop, I went in and I did a little bit of my
So did you select the whole subject? Did you do any sort of
yeah, a little bit.
A little feathering as well?
Just a teeny bit, but no, it's a frequency separation.
Okay. Not fair. I just wasn't quite sure because I know sometimes, like, at least on Lightroom, the lens blur can be a little finicky at times. So it's like, especially like
I don't think I did
edges and all that. So
Lightroom.
Oh, fair.
I don't think I did it through Lightroom.
Okay. Well, I know I sometimes like edit via Lightroom and then go into Photoshop. That's just at least my end there. But yeah.
I did have to brighten them a little bit in Lightroom though, so that they might have lost a teeny bit of definition by doing that.
No, fair. So I don't know. I don't have any other thoughts or comments. If you have any others.
I think the door behind them, like that entryway, wherever they're about to walk into, that could probably be darker too.
Oh, like this, like that the piece is behind?
No, like behind both of them, just like that.
I see what you mean. Like this little nook or this like granite thing right here. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
like this like area. Yeah,
I
that
think
could
that
help.
could have a little more
Yeah,
darkness.
true. And then yeah, that'll be a little darker, but then you'll still get the brightness coming in from the dome and what have you. So
Yeah, my hardest challenge editing this was being able to keep the detail of like glass dome, but still have it like catch the definition of the subjects at the same time. That was not as easy as I thought it would be. The lens I had.
me. Even I kind of like I try to do that myself with my pardon me, I'm trying to see if I can pull up my like images that I did at the same location, where it is kind of like a little challenge. And I was fortunate enough to like have the talents of the
It's a tight
cosplayers.
space.
Yeah, I did have like the cosplayer's partner, so I was able to use him as a human light stand.
Well, that yeah, it's always better with more people.
That always helps. That always helps a bit. Actually, yeah, I don't
It
think
was just little old me.
Yeah, I wasn't too. Yeah, at least like kind of like that same location. You at least use the door. I was kind of like in that dome area, and I think I did honestly just
both.
use. You did both.
Yeah, this is a much longer set, but this is one of them.
No, fair. So, either way. Any other thoughts or comments? Or are you ready to move on to the next one?
No, I'm good.
You good? I'm just trying to keep time and making sure we're kind of like doing like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes for photos. Good. All right. Is that enough roasting on you?
I feel I'm roasted. No, I feel like that was good constructive criticism.
Fair. All right. So, okay. So the next photo that we have, which I think we have one of our submission people in here. I'll do this one. So yeah, we got a photo. Let me pull up my notes here from Bon Hime. Hopefully I'm saying that right. With the taking photos of Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen from the cosplayer Amari Senpai. They shot this on a Canon DSLR 15mm. They are hoping to upgrade to mirrorless. They use a lot of natural lights, as well as they're just hoping for any tips to give on cosplay photography. That'd be great. And they're always wanting to learn and improve. So yeah, do you want to start off since I did most of the photo critiques on the last one?
Totally. I really love this photo. I love the side light that's happening here. I love a good side light, especially a bright side light. I feel like more often people kind of do what am I thinking? Word. I don't speak English today, I guess. Darker lighting when people do kind of like half lighting, so it's fun to see it brighter instead of darker for once. Yeah, I really love the lighting choice. I think the eyes pop. I think the colors pop. My only nitpick is hair. That drives me nuts. I like to spend extra time to get the hair very, very smooth. But that's a me problem, not a you problem. That the hair looks natural. That looks fine. Like you could completely leave that. But if it was me, I would touch it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say like I do give credit where it's like I do like sort of like this sort of grainy, sort of like dark shadowy red undertones in there. The eyes kind of like brighten a little bit there to the bits. And again, like that is one thing which I was kind of curious because usually most of the time whenever I have the cosplayer position, I'm like, all right, look to the light. But I think that was like a good job and idea to have. Or not straight on, just like off. So you kind of just get more of the highlights on there. But kind of like you yourself, some of the hair does need to get cleaned up. And I used to be like that. When I used to start out, I used to like really clean the edges of the hair where it's almost like too perfect, too clean. But now it's like, all right, I know I need to keep a few frills away. But yeah, especially like, you do see a lot of frills that are particularly on the face, on the neck, like those flyaways. They could definitely be cleaned off a little bit with just like even just a simple brush tool. I don't know if Emmy Bond, yeah. I do have one question that I have. Do you do any and this is like a question I should really ask on the submissions. Did you edit only in Lightroom or did you do Lightroom and Photoshop? Because I know editing flyaways and hair on Lightroom is not the easiest, which that would make sense.
Yeah, that's so easier in Photoshop. There's a biggie.
So, but one thing which I guess kind of go into the comment of the side light, or at least like with that lighting, is that I don't know if like you're getting a little bit of overexposure, especially like on that like side of that hair there, where it's like you're not even like seeing the hairline, and you can kind of see it a little bit, and you can kind of see it along sort of like the pants as well,
like a smidgen less white, like 1 or 2 stops less, maybe.
Yeah, just something. And it's that little bit where it's like better to underexpose so that you don't lose that highlight data there, I would say. Like I used to try to like be equal on there myself, but then I would always lose either extra data that I could have gone from the sky or something that degree. So
a habit that I have fallen out of that I should not have fallen out of is bracketing.
Yeah.
Which is when you just take
those zebra lines,
the same photo 3 times and you do 1 overexposed, 1 correct, and 1 underexposed, and then you have the best of all 3 worlds, and then you can kind of pick and choose.
You mean like HDR editing or something?
Doing that. Yeah, I mean, no, it's more just kind of you can. Well, I mean, yes, I guess. You can do it either way. You can, if you want to edit the photos together and make your life a little harder, you could. But it's more just to see which one turns out the best and which one is easier to edit.
Mm-hmm.
I was told to do that in high school, and I did that all the way through college. And then I went, you can't tell me what to do anymore. I'm not doing it. And no, it's really good advice. And it's if you want or are looking to improve, bracketing is a really nice and like distinct way to see which of those 3 you like better. Overexposed, underexposed, or just straight up.
Not fair. So I don't know how you feel, because I'm a little back and forth with the tilt shift where the cosplayer is clearly like at an angle just a little bit, but I don't know if like is that like just not, it's not too exaggerated, but it just feels a little off kiltered for me. How do you feel about that?
I kind of like it. It's not fully a Dutch angle because I feel like that would have been too far perhaps, but I do like the little bit of the tilt.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives it more of like a movement kind of thing, like I feel like it makes it a little more villainous, like they're like more unpredictable.
Now another question.
I feel like that's very character.
Yeah, it does. Maybe another little idea, just because again I've watched the anime. Where do you feel like this photo just seems too eye level? What if like the photo was like just like lowered down just a little bit to just give that like little dominating kind of like sort of like presence with that tilt? Do you think that would help out a little bit?
It could. It depends on the lens. I don't know what length this is on, because that might shorten the neck a little bit.
It was on a nifty 50. Like that's what they said.
Oh, then that probably would work.
And then it was at a 1.8 aperture, and actually Emmy said that they
that would probably work
both in Lightroom and Photoshop. So
yeah, I mean, I really love this photo, but yeah, I think you're right. Like, even if the eyes were just a little bit brighter, so you could like more like be drawn to the red in their eyes, that would be really cool.
And I think probably even one thing that would help is probably doing some dodging and burning, because I think you kind of do have those marks, like particularly on the left side, that are just kind of getting a little lost. They don't feel ingrained into the skin. They kind of just look like sort of like just, sticker paint, or was it
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
tattoos, that's it. So
I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you the side where it's brighter, if you burn that, it would look a little more natural.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that. But like, we're being really nitpicky. This is great.
Well, I mean, it's good to try to be nitpicky, trying to find some things in there. And
no, such. I know. I just, it's a great photo.
No, it is a good photo. I'm trying to think what other things to go about this. Like, even I think probably some dodging and burning, especially on the eyes, would help kind of like get them a little bit there. So that could be like something just to help. Then let's see.
Yeah, I think so. Agree.
So maybe a little also like if we're cleaning up the hair, we might as well do like a little bit of outfit cleanup.
Yeah, we're already in Photoshop.
Yeah, and I do see like a few different like sort of just stitches that are just out, like especially on the hip, along to the side and such. So as photographers, we're both not only photographers, makeup artists, hairstylists, but we're also what's the word? Costume designers, or cleaners, if you will. So
yeah, exactly. That's very, nitpicky. You very much don't have to, but if you're going to do like for a magazine or print, that always looks nice to clean it up.
Mm-hmm. Another thought idea that just occurred to me: how do you feel about the brightness of the background? Would you want that to be like a little darker, like add a little dehaze or something like that, or extra contrast? Because it does feel a little faded and flat to me.
I think that could go either way.
Could go either way.
It would be cool if you had like some smoke coming up and like some like a darker kind of vibe, but I don't think it needs that. I don't think the background has to be always be doing more,
Well, especially when I think of this character, it is like just so dark, man, seeing like harsh shadows. And even what about like even a vignette, a heavy vignette? Would that be another thing to contribute?
Oh, yeah, a vignette I think would look good with the light still there. Yeah.
Exactly. So just some things, again, research, know the characters, and just kind of think like, all right, whenever you see this character, what's always like the setting that they're always in? Like, again, because it's, so I'm trying to remember, this is not the one where, of course I'm blanking the character's name. It's not like Itadori, I think, right? Where it's not when he gets transformed. This is like,
I did not get that far to
I think
confirm or deny.
This is the demon version, or at least
I'm exposing myself. I'm still on like season 2.
Well, no, that is still, I think you're still caught up
is it enough. Well, then maybe I'm further behind than I thought. Oh.
Scotty Photon's asking, any thoughts about the open space on top?
I think it could be cropped down a teeny bit.
A little.
I don't think it's that, interesting that it needs to be there, but I do like space at the top of a photo. Like, it doesn't need to be all the way in or anything like that. A teeny bit, I think, would be good.
The teeny bit, just a little teeny bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little teeny tiny crap. Little teeny tiny crap there. So I think what else?
Just an itty bitty.
Just itty bitty. Any other thoughts or comments that you have for this one?
I think my main thing is that I want to see the eyes. I want to see the red brighter, more intense, more vivid.
And I think just like either just as I said, the burning just like around the, was it the iris? No, it's the scleras. No, is the scleras the part where the color is, or is that the?
Sure.
At least to be able to like help, have those eyes like stick out just a little bit more.
That's yes.
Oh, no, I think it is the sclera, because the sclera Because
It's an iris color. I believe the first comment I see.
Oh no, it is iris. Never mind. Sclera is the white part. Yeah, you're right. Because no, you're right. Because scleras, yeah, you're right. Scleras are the ones that, yeah, those are the. I always hear sclera contacts, and they're always the ones that cover the whole eye and such. So, all right.
You think we should know?
Yeah, I only think of iris in terms of aperture. That's all I think of. Pupil is the dots. Yeah. So, no.
That one I think we knew. So we're okay there.
It's funny enough how we went to the.
We got 1 out of 3.
We got 1 out of 3. That's what matters. And what matters is I think we're good and done with this photo.
We're doing good.
And I think we're ready to move on to the next one. You ready?
Yeah.
Because it involves a certain someone that is in the same room as you.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes. It is a photo from Juan. Actually, Juan
who's totally not editing right next to me.
So we might hear some comments from him off to the side a little bit. But yeah, no, he graciously...
The peanut gallery is present.
The peanut gallery is present. What up? But yeah, so this photo was submitted by J Vontography, aka Juan, the cosplayer's Cheap Shot Cosplay, as...
I know him.
Was it Quintar? Or I know it's from Acolyte in Star Wars, and such.
I fully admit I have not seen whatever part of Star Wars this is from.
I mean, I saw it and I was like, I mean, it's not bad, but
it looks really cool and it makes me want to watch whatever part this is from.
But yeah, so obviously, as we both know, this was at the Hilton, at the at Fan Expo.
Yeah, Chicago convention goers probably know where this location is.
So, frequent location. This photo was shot. Hold on, are we getting any drops? No,
good old parking lot.
And so all natural light shot on a GH5. And the main thing that, Juan is hoping to achieve is some...
Is a GH5?
I don't know.
He's pointing at it, and I don't know what it is. What is that?
It's a Lumix.
It's a Lumix?
Technically, it's a video camera.
Okay. All right, I'll leave them alone.
So yeah, in the garage at the Hyatt, the most common location.
On 30.
What was that?
On 30?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, the main thing that Juan wants to achieve is either the lightsaber editing and posing with this one. So I guess I could start off with... I could go... I'll go first. I'll take turns. Yeah, I'll start off with this one where I kind of do like how...
sharing.
You do see a lot of like sort of horizontal lines. You got like the lines that is going across like on the beam. You got the cosplayer holding the lightsaber as well as his arm kind of like sticking out. So there's a lot of like leading lines that I like into that there. There is that little bit, as kind of like mentioned in the last photo, where it's like you do have the concrete line that's hitting to the head. But I also realized I posted a photo earlier with that same sort of thing this week. So I cannot really... say too much about that. So so that's like one thing. And again, I kind of like just using the element, just like kind of like being part and holding and grasping on it, because it's like, yeah, you don't see too many. Unfortunately, like I always resort to like either like, all right, classic portrait poses, but this one, yeah, you could really sense the character and the aggression in it. That's definitely some of my highlights on that. You got any highlights?
Okay. So, I mean, I really like this glow. I love the glow on the ground. I feel like lightsaber shots, what they are usually missing is like a glow on the ground or like off of a person or something. And that's kind of like the tell that it was fake. So, I don't know, the light really sells it for me. I wish that the lightsaber had a little more glow on it, like itself.
Like an aura around it, right?
Yeah, like if it was, more, I don't know how to say this without being like more lightsabery. having
Well,
it,
again, it's good that we
kinda
have
glow
our
a little more.
lightsaber editing expert, Raptor Photo and Stream, because God knows he does
is Raptor
so
here?
much. Yeah, Raptor's on there.
Okay, yeah, lightsaber expert is in the house. But for me, the way I edit this is I love a good old overlay. Obviously that includes some dodging and burning in Photoshop. I know for a fact, because Juan is right next to me, that he only edits in Lightroom. So I think this is very impressive to do in just Lightroom. I don't know how the hell this in Lightroom alone. So I really like this. I think the pose is really cool. Getting nitpicky, I think I see like a bracelet or something on their arm, and I don't think that's very Star Wars. So like I would take that out.
I mean, maybe on the edge, but no, I think that is part of the outfit. In fact,
Is it part of a tattoo? Then that's fine. That's allowed.
No, I'll zoom on this. Hold on, give me a second. So no, I think that is part of the outfits there. Is that what you're talking about? This?
Oh, okay, then I don't know anything about this character,
from a distance,
so granted, maybe I'm totally wrong.
Again, this is why I have Photoshop to look
okay,
at.
I see it's a bracer. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was like just I was seeing like just a little bracelet. That's fine. That looks really cool.
Yeah, because I think the character,
I would maybe brighten up this part of it because it blends into their skin tone a little bit too much. Maybe to avoid that from like far away. But otherwise, like that looks really cool. To be nitpicky, because I can, I would probably change the yellow at the top to like gray or something less distracting.
True.
But like the pose is really good. The lightsaber is really good. The mask looks great. The lighting on the mask is really cinematic. I really like that.
Yeah. Well, one thing which, again, like kind of going back to the lightsaber, which Raptor is saying, Gaussian blur helps creates the glow as you speak. To which, when you look at lightsabers, you don't really see, well, in the movies, you don't really see the edge. Like it's just like a big bright light. So either you could, maybe in Lightroom you could do like either just a selection, either just try to brighten up the shadows just a little bit more and add that red to the glow there. But while I also have this photo zoomed in, there's a few other things which I realize in a galaxy far away, they have bottle caps.
I didn't know the galaxy far away had bottle caps.
Or I don't know, what's this? Is this a Sprite or a Mountain Dew can in the background? So
it's listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
All right, we're listening.
Listen. If Game of Thrones can have a Starbucks cup,
he's got a point.
But they edited it out later. They edited it out, so
he's got a point.
I thought it was just debris because of the bokeh.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes, you do have debris here and there, but
he's saying he thought it was part. He didn't realize it was a bottle. He thought it was just part of the ground.
I don't know, but at this, so again, that's always like my bit where it's like,
you're right.
When I jump to the photo, it's like when I see the photo,
the same thing.
See,
I know this is what I always do whenever I look at a photo. It's like, all right, I see the subject.
You gotta enhance.
But then, like, what is something that is just randomly taking my eye off? And it's that little bit where it's like, all right, I see that bottle cap. I see that bottle cap. It just keeps just right there. So
you're staring at it.
So no, exactly. So it's that little bit where it's like you gotta like do like just little cleanups here and there just to help out with that.
Yeah, just a little boop on that bottle cap.
Just a little Lightroom.
Listen.
Edit on that.
There's half a person wearing jeans in Mandalorian. I want a photo.
Yeah, sure.
That does not surprise me.
Thank you, Michael. Also, there's jeans guy.
I want a photo.
Listen, the dark side.
I feel like I have seen that photo, but I also cannot recall at this time. So
I want proof.
You want proof?
I want proof.
You want proof?
But yeah, I don't have any other critiques. It's a great photo with, just a few things that take away from the eye. Is that the word?
Yeah, so trash pickup.
Yeah, the iris.
bleeding lines. I don't know if like either it could just have like a little extra, like even like,
Juan is showing me a photo and there is a jeans guy. I can confirm that.
but I don't know whether it could just have like just a few like in Lightroom, like either just like a linear gradient, like just to like help, especially like along like the bottom and to like the left side. I don't know, like, and maybe even to the top, just to, because again, when you think lightsabers and especially darkness, you want to have like that lightsaber glow, and I feel like it could just use extra like vignettes or something just to help make that light pop out a little more.
Teeny bit darker. I can't believe we're saying that, but yeah, I think it a little bit more kind of would have made it edgier.
No,
in the background.
Fair. Then yeah, so like the harsh reds. As I said, maybe you could also do what I think is either if you did a circular mask on the head, either you could definitely add some extra texture, extra like clarity, just to
from there.
have it pop out a little bit.
A gradient from there, maybe.
Yeah, and then yeah. The other bit, which is like I would like to see if you could do like a brush, either just have those teeth brightened up just a little bit more, because that would, you know, almost give like an evil grin smile, which I know that's what the mask kind of does. Make them shiny. So is the helmet glossy? Chin up, could use a red reflect. Oh yes. Well, yeah, you could see a little red.
Yeah, you could have a little more red on.
That degree. So but yeah, so any other thoughts or ideas from this photo?
It's really badass. It's really cool.
Badass. Yeah, no.
It's a great use of that parking lot too.
No, exactly. So all right. I'm gonna snooze the ad for a quick second as we start talking about our next image, which was cosplayer submitted this photo. So let's see, which one was it that they had? So the cosplayer who submitted was Mecha Empire Cosplay, who submitted this photo of their Nero Claudius at Phoenix Fan Fusion. The photo was taken by Pocket Size Photo. They do not know what kind of camera they used.
Right.
They joke saying that the lighting that they used was the power of the Phoenix sun. And it
is quite powerful.
Very powerful, very powerful. And they don't really have much comments. And then the only last comment they said, I like turtles.
I do like turtles.
Submission.
I do like turtles.
And such. So yeah, so Hayley, do you want to go first on this?
Yeah, sure. I really like how bright this is. I like the movement going on with obviously they're walking and the dress is flowing. You've got, I don't know if that's considered a cape or not, or just part of the coat, but I like the action. I love some movement going on in a photo. I'm going to start getting nitpicky. I think I see like some cars in the back, like a bus or something, and that's like kind of drawing my eye. So I would just edit that out. There's also like this at the top left, there's like this mystery tree that is coming from somewhere, obviously above them, but it's cropped kind of weird. So it just looks like it's coming like from the sky. So I would probably just like edit that out, or even just crop the photo down a little bit. But I really like the lighting. I like the coloring. It looks really, I like that. I'm a fan of bright, vivid photos. So I don't have much else to say.
Yeah, I do agree. I like sort of like the capture, the motion, even like the bright sort of like yellow tones of it. And again, yeah, that was like my first note as well. Is like, okay, yeah, you do have like sort of like those items in the background. Like you could probably keep that lamppost there, I think. But yeah, you got like, I don't know if it's like a bus, a random sign that could have been like removed.
Yeah, whatever. It's that green, white thing. Yeah, it's just drawing my eye.
The other thing which I will say is that this, even though it's a nice action photo, this is like one of those examples where you could definitely crop in just to help center it, because it is just kind of like just askew off.
Yeah, I could use a center.
To that degree. And then the other thing which I've kind of noticed is that there needs to be sort of like a little bit of cleanup, because you could see sort of like some rashes on like the cosplayer's chin. But the main thing which like that's distracting me is that you could see the cosplayer's natural hair on the corner.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit right here, and they could blend it.
Let me like share zoomed in of it.
Yeah, they could blend that a little more. It was really pretty. I really do love the color scheme. So the red and the golds together, and with that background, really goes.
Yeah, so that's always like one thing, especially when dealing with wigs. It's like, all right, either I'm trying to clean up the wig cap, or just especially try and make sure we don't
just
see
give it a little,
any natural hair
a little touch up right there.
Trying to think what were my other notes that I had. Sorry, I kind of always have these off.
Wigs are the hardest for cosplayers and photographers. You know, everyone is upset about that.
Yeah, so
we all wish that was easier, but you know, unless you zoom in, not particularly noticeable.
I'm like trying to think of other things to improve upon, because part of me is like, I don't know if I am technically seeing like the skirts or the like this tunic's base and then the cosplayer's legs underneath there, which I don't know if that,
I think that's what that is, and the way the fabric just folds.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, all right, dude, is that something that personally I feel like I would try to cut out, or
I think they would just walk out again.
I know, but at least for me, like if I was doing this, I might just try to like, you know, post edit that crease just to hide like that bit so that the outfit just feels a little bit more flowing.
Yeah, just one or two creases to make it flow a little bit more. Yeah, I see what you mean. Give it more like that poofy vibe.
That poofy vibe for sure. I'm trying to think of the thoughts and ideas. You could blend in that line into the sheer. No, that's, as I said, that's why
I think so
as well. I have to shave.
Agree.
Just reading. Sorry, just catching up on some comments and things.
Catching up in the chit chat.
Yeah, sorry. I just got my dinner in, so pardon me if I might be chewing a little bit.
Oh, dinner delivery.
Dinner delivery. It feels like she's missing part of her other leg because of the angle. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you are right. Actually, yeah, that was one thing. It's like something does feel a little off. It's like I do, even though I do slightly see
I see both. Like I still get the impression of both because of the way she's standing, but I see what you mean. Like, yeah, if they just had the leg just a teeny bit out more, it would, you know, you'd have two legs.
No, that's always like an important like posing thing. Okay, this girl looks awesome. Don't mind me.
Yeah, that's always
but yeah, no, that's always like something that I'm always like considering whenever I'm posing. Someone's like, all right, can I just see, like, just have your arm just out just a little bit more so your arm's not hidden behind your back. Because again, it's always that little bit where if you're doing a full body or medium shot, you should see all parts of the body. Just so that it works there. So
agree.
So let's see. I'm trying to think of any like additions to add. Yeah,
no, I really like it. I think it just needs to be cropped in a little bit more.
Cropped in a little bit more. With another possibility. Yeah, because again, I don't know how they added this because this was a cosplayer submission. I don't know whether like with these trees, if they might be a little too lightened up, whether they could just have a smidge texture on them.
I actually like the color. I think it really works with the yellows and the golds and the red.
I don't know, just something about the texture of like these leaves where it's like, it definitely feels like this wasn't captured blurry or at least out of focus. I think it was edited in post. It just
I think That
It doesn't
top
feel-
part should be cropped.
It should be cropped or what?
Yeah. I don't,
Well-
I the mystery part in the top, I think that should just be cropped out.
So yeah, can't
I would
tell
crop
if they
it.
were going for a twirl or a breeze, but if it was a breeze, rose petals would fit across the character well. I feel like they probably did a twirl. Because I feel
To
like,
me,
yeah,
it
'cause
looks like walking.
could be a walk, but then you got that right side that's flaring out. So it could either be a twirl or it could be a walk with them tossing that right side. So that's a possibility
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah, it's pretty though. I'm really liking, and I still think that it's got really good movement in the dress.
in the dress. Yeah. Any other thoughts or comments on this one?
No, just a tiny little touch ups and all good.
All right, all good. Not much to say there, so I think that's perfect. We just add in, so we'll go switch over to our next photo, one that was submitted by the person that took inspiration for the stream. We got a photo from Vontography, to which, as I said, that's the photographer who we took inspiration from for running the stream. The cosplayer is Okami 13 doing an alternate Battler 2B at Anime Milwaukee. Vontog claims that he took this on a Nintendo Game Boy camera, which I was like,
I'm sure you did, buddy.
if he did, I am so amazed by the quality of it. God knows, whenever I think of Game Boy camera, I think
Did
of
he
like,
print it from the little printer too?
yeah, enhanced it so much. So again, film is just so good there. And yeah, all natural lights to that degree there. So yeah, do you want to start off with this one as I eat
Yeah,
a
sure.
little?
Yeah, eat your dinner, buddy. Yeah, so this is gorgeous. I love the reflection. That's awesome. I love how many lines are in here. It draws your eye like through the full photo. Now I have to like critique it.
I got to critique
I would
it.
maybe crop in a little bit more on the edges. I know that like obviously she's leaning on a wall, but I don't know if we need like as much of the wall as we're seeing. We could probably lose a little bit of the floor also and the top ceiling area and still get the same vibe. I like how long it is, but I think we could maybe do a little bit less. But like that's really good.
No, it's a very good. Fontog's very great with their work.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I do love the photo itself. Actually, I want to see for a second because it's like I'm wondering if that line is actually perfectly straight or at least was edited straight. So let me see if I could pull up a ruler.
The reflection of the line in the floor, I feel is kind of off center, but it's a reflection. What are you going to do
So
about it?
let's see, about 125. So I think, let me see inches. So let's see, it's about, I want to say one, so let's see, so 6, sorry, I'm like trying to, so 17 and a half. So I think it is directly in the center, give or take. The one thing which kind of like, I kind of like am getting a little disjointed is like the line that's going to the left. Because again, I know this is a mirror image, but part of me is like wanting me to think if there's something opposite to center it in. So I don't know whether you kind of see like that one right-sided angle thing to the right.
Wait, what part?
So hold on a second as I manage with one hand here. So let me switch over. So yeah, so can you see my screen?
Oh, okay.
So like how, all right, you got this prominent like line here, but again, you don't really get too much. And my eyes Like when I'm
Yeah.
thinking symmetry and like, mirror, it's like, all right, I see the one line, but it's like my mind is like trying to think, all right, there should be an opposite thing here.
I think it might be the fact that it's kind of orange that's distracting.
Oh, that's a good idea. And
Like
such
maybe
that.
if that was just a cooler tone.
True, because you don't have much other sort of like
Because that's
yellow
probably a
tones
reflection of maybe her skin.
on this like bottom part here. No, I think that's probably.
I'm not sure where that light's coming from then, though, or what it's bouncing from.
Well, no, I'm talking about the floor. I'm talking about the floor.
Oh, never mind.
So I'm talking about like this leading line here, but that is something that is a fact of matter where it's like, yeah, you're right. That is the only orange thing out of the setting. So I think that could be something that is what's getting to.
I think that's why my eye is drawn there more or longer than I think it should be.
Yeah, because the background itself is, pretty cool tone, pristine. Aside from like, maybe the reflection.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Maybe the reflection could have like just that little tint of blue just to match it. But yeah, it's like, because I feel like you would only want like yellows to pop from the subject themselves, to which even then they're kind of like fairly fair skinned as well. So is it me or is the skin tone just a tidge? Well, again, I don't know if I'm looking at the left side and the right side, but is the skin tone just a little bit to the yellow that it should be? Then it should be more to the red. I
think that those are probably stockings and they're not her actual skin tone. And that's the difference.
Maybe. I don't know. Someone tells me it's like, well, I don't know.
Wait, I mean, her face is a little brighter than her legs.
Yeah, true. So that could be a little bit. Vontog says could use some Dutch angle. Yes, let's have a Dutch angle. Rotate it around. Let's have this actually be a horizontal photo where there should be an
explosion also.
Explosions, noises. So, hi, sweetie. Thank you for the tzatziki.
I think I took the tzatziki.
I think my biggest critique is just crop in a little bit more.
Crop in a little bit more. I don't know. I'm trying to think. The other fact where it's like, I know this is a reflection, and I can't tell if either that there was any dodging and burning on it, like particularly around the eye. So is it giving like more texture to it than it should be? Like, because I do see like on the outfits.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
The outfit is not as like in focus. It is faded, but for some reason the face and the nose, they do seem like a little sharpened up.
Do you know how in Lightroom it has like that eye detection stuff? It might have like autofocus.
Not quite sure.
They added that like recently, I think.
Recently? Like, was it before or after? Or, well, again, this was taken around Anime Milwaukee. So, which was...
I want to say it was in the last year or two.
Okay.
Oh, it just looked like that? That's valid.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, I think the eye is just more in focus.
I'm kind of curious
but
as well.
I like that the reflection is in focus. I like that you can... I like the double.
Another thought idea that could... Which I'm curious is, what if there was like a black gradient, like linear, like just horizontally on the bottom, and either just more whites on the top? Because again, just to like give that like little opposingness. Does that make sense?
I vote the opposite direction. What about more white?
Like on the bottom?
Yeah. Like what if it was just brighter?
True. That could just do a whole white vignette all around. I think that would.
I'm kind of, because the photo has so much white, I'm kind of like, why not go all the way?
True, and it would give that sort of airy, faded, ethereal kind of look as well. Not the very end, but towards the end of Mirror. Not a spoiler, but there's like an all white area, and I think that would look
very,
I think I know
very.
what you're talking a little bit about.
He would look very like that.
It would look very like that. It's like I only know so
Without
much.
elaborating, without elaborating on the game itself, it would look a lot
which
like
ending?
that.
Is this in the first one or later on? Because I only did the first.
I don't remember. It's been a couple years. I say as the near pins are like above me.
The near pins are above me. So.
Yeah, here he is. Here's this boy.
So, all right. Any thoughts
Here's
or
that
comments on this photo?
Near supremacy.
Near supremacy. No, fair. All right, ready to go.
Near is good. Glory to mankind and all that.
Nah, I always listen to music a lot.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that's not on my Spotify Wrapped.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised I didn't make my Spotify Wrapped this year.
I did get some clear obscure on there. So
this is super clean. This is a really great photo.
No. High quality art.
Yeah, it's got that like futuristic vibe to it too. Good.
All right, so ready for the next one?
Yar.
All right, so I believe. Oh, hold on, I need to adjust this on here before I transition. All right, here we go. So we got another cosplayer submitted photo, but this is not just one. This is not like taken by another photographer. This is actually a self-shot photo from Cosplayer, who's the grabber from Black Phone, I believe a Stephen King book.
I still have to like watch this.
I did see it a few years ago, and then I know they had the sequel that came out.
I've been told the sequel is really good.
Is it real? I heard opposite. I heard it wasn't as good.
Oh, I heard it was good.
It's always back and forth. It's like, oh, the sequel's good, but this one's bad, or I don't know. So there's always those mixed opinions and reviews. But yeah, it was shot on a Canon Rebel Ti, obviously all natural lights. What they're hoping to achieve by submitting a photo is that any thoughts on improving lighting and editing, posing tips, and ways to achieve interesting angles while self-shooting with a tripod would be amazing. They did get note that they've been trying to do a lot of self-shooting, and so would love some thoughts and ideas. Their biggest struggle is their camera, because it doesn't have a flip screen, no easy way to connect their phone. Getting themselves in position for a good composition is crapshoots. And there is one of the few images, this is one of the few images where it didn't have to use generative fill to make myself centered. So do you want to continue talking as I eat?
Yeah, sure. Self-shooting is really hard when you can't see the screen, if you can't have like a screen or something. At that point, you got to use like an X. You got to use some kind of stand-in. You got to like put a chair where you're gonna be. You got to put, I don't know, take like a mannequin. You put something where you are gonna be, and then focus on that, and then put yourself in the situation. Presumably, you have like I don't know, like one of those like self-timer buttons where you can at least like take the picture without doing like the run back and forth. I don't know if that's true, but that obviously makes it easier if you can like press a button and then just like throw the thing and edit it out later. When I used to like self-shoot back in the day, like back in high school, that's how I used to do it. And that was obviously before phones like connected and stuff. So that's how I used to do it. But I really like this photo. I really like the how the light comes in. I like how it blurs the foliage. I don't know if they're trees or if it's just tall grass, but it looks really cool and ominous. Like it looks like you just kind of like walked off into like from the abyss or wherever. I don't know. I haven't seen this one. Yes. But it looks like I really like this posing. I like the like kind of impending doom it gives you from just the framing alone. But yeah, self-shooting is really hard unless you're gonna like put something right there. You gotta have some kind of stand-in. Well, in my opinion.
Another question, which I'm kind of curious, at least to help with the self shoot. So yeah, if your camera, again, there's a lot of great cameras now that you can connect to your phone, see right off the camera. But I'm wondering if like whether if they could have like either just a small laptop or like a tablet that, you know, is just like either along the tripod or just like slightly underneath, because this is clearly not at, this is at a lower angle, I feel. And so either they could probably see if they could tether or at least have some sort of screen available to them so that they can see.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that they were having issues connecting it to a phone though. So I'm trying to think of ways to do it without it.
Well, no, like wired. I'm saying wired instead of wireless.
Oh, literally wired. Gotcha.
So
I didn't realize you were saying wired.
Tethered wired, not wirelessly.
Ah, gotcha.
And so that would probably be one way to help with that. Again, one thing which I think that would probably just be good, especially in this setting, it's like if you're wanting to center yourself, or because it is that little bit where it's like you could place either, like, for lack of a better word, either a mannequin head or something to be like where you're playing to position yourself. You might need to take like a few demo shots, and either that could be something that could help you like get yourself in the right frame area. The other thing which could just help out is just have your camera just back up further than you imagine and then just crop in, especially if you're not wanting to
shoot a little wider.
To shoot a little wider into that degree. Actually, yeah. So, but one little idea, actually, let me pull this up on my computer here. Composition, I think, is a little too left weighted. I like the framing, but could benefit from either cropping to the right or expanding to the left right now. And exactly. So the main thing, which I know, like, you know, and it's always like a big topic discussion is with just generative AI fill, to which, you know, it's like, I know you could technically crop this out.
And usually centers. Yeah.
And well, but you know, either you could get this area filled up if possible. But but one thing which I think you could do is you can kind of see here, it's like, all right, I kind of opened up the crop a little bit. You do have a lot of like just open sky that you're available to use. And so I could just do like a simple, hold on. Sorry, I'm a little disjointed right now as I eat my food. But again, it's, as I said, just like a quick little like rough where you could just do clone stamping.
Yeah, just expand it a little bit more.
Just expand it and just kind of just get that little area out. Because again, like that's the other good thing, which is fortunate, is that you do have a blown out sky. So you could easily work with that. So one that's covered there. And then as I kind of like work with this.
Yeah, and then you could crop really however you want.
Yeah. So again, we got just like a little terrain. I might have to clean that up a little bit there. But, you know, you could just like work with the terrain a little bit, skew it up a little bit, and then either just do some like spot healing in a few areas. And then such.
Yeah, and then with a little more finessing. Yeah.
Kauai also says you could stab a stick on the ground. Actually,
yeah, anything that you can like focus the camera on.
Exactly, just place in there. But yeah, so yeah, you could see like I just expanded up like a little bit. I'm trying to just getting like a few areas, even like just doing a little cleaning with the spot healing. Content fillware in Photoshop isn't AI generative, so I would start with that. No, exactly.
Yeah, they've had that for a while.
They have had, and even like spot healing has been pretty good. Where I think
you can also turn on it. You could toggle.
Which
AI.
That's what I just did just now. Like I did have it turned off to a degree, but I personally sometimes keep it on. Sometimes I might run it a little better, but I find like I get better results. The way I see AI is like, actually it's kind of funny enough. There's a good example. We're here in a prairie where my father, he partakes in sort of like these yearly prairie fires where just basically it's like you're just doing controlled fires just to either clear out the pathway or weeds or something like that. And so that's how we kind of see AI, where it's like if you use it, you know, sparsely, not like too crazy, you know,
Yeah, if
kinda
you're just
good.
expanding a background, I don't see an issue with that.
But if it's like, you know, all right, I'm going to throw in a sun, I'm gonna put in a tree stump here or there, like
I'm gonna
especially
edit
like
myself with Ghostface.
with Ghostface, all that kind of stuff. That is yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
where things
little
get a
much,
little weird.
but
I mean,
but
there
yeah,
have been times
I think that's all right.
there have been times where it has been a little helpful. And again, the topic has changed. Even like the first day has, like when it first came out, like back in like 2023 on Photoshop, and I still remember all the weird prompts I try to put in, but I would never get the right results. So that's a little quick 2 cents of it.
From my understanding, Photoshop trained that specific AI from their own assets. I don't know if that's 100% true. I could be wrong, but from my understanding, that's how that works.
Mm-hmm. So another thing which I've noticed when I zoomed in, can you see on my screen?
Yeah.
What do you notice? Or notice that's weird off about the stick?
Oh, did that? Is that from the lens blur thing in Lightroom?
Yeah, I think it's from the lens blur where sometimes it might be able to select a subject, but then, and again, I had this happen to me like literally like as I was editing a Inosuke shoot where suddenly I was noticing, wait, his swords are awkwardly blurred, like those like little chips or
Yeah.
something like that. So it was just that little bit where I'm like, okay, I need to tone it back a little bit. So that, and even remember that one time you posted or shared a photo someone took, and I was like, that is a good pose and good edit photo, but the prop gun is blurry for some random reason.
Yeah, I do remember that. And I didn't notice it all until you pointed it out.
No, it's like I immediately saw it there. It's like, okay, it was a good photo, but I'm like, did they not check the prop that this cosplayer is holding right here? So see, that makes
the lens blur in Lightroom does some weird stuff, so you have to just like unselect that particular part and you can fix that.
Well, no, it's either that you got to unselect it or you got to expand the range.
Oh yeah,
because I think it has like a focal range, to which I think that's where it acted up. Now, again, kind of like what Vontok said, I personally, I might just do like a little bit of blurring in Lightroom, but I mostly try to do my stuff in Photoshop, like where I just select the subject, expand it just a little bit.
Usually.
I
did it once and I did not care for the results.
There happened like a couple times where I've just noticed that whenever I put into Photoshop, I'm like, dude, I gotta readjust that before I go deep in these edits. Another thing which I gotta give credit to, which I don't know whether if this was edited or not, but I always appreciate whenever you see a reflective surface that's pointing to the camera.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
Cannot see that, so that's always like a little detail that I always appreciate in a photo.
Yeah, that sells it.
Exactly. In terms of posing, like, and again, I know you haven't seen the movie
I don't
before.
Unfortunately, know this particular franchise.
I'm kind of curious because basically the grabber. Long story short, they kidnap kids. Yeah, he grabs kids.
Does he grab?
So I don't know whether like the pose itself's like a little too casual. Maybe I'm kind of thinking like Pennywise.
Yeah, maybe like more action.
More action, or just leaning in, like with the balloon. Like,
I think this villainous squat is always nice.
A villain squats. Oh, like just like
something about staggering your body, like even if you don't go all the way down, like you kind of like put weight on one leg.
Oh yeah,
and kind of lean into it or back into it, whichever direction you pick. Would maybe give it more like I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't know this particular one, but if it's supposed to be more of like a villain, yeah, I would.
I also think like
lean more into that.
I think also like what I noticed with the hand, like the hand is just like it's holding, like it is grasping like that balloon thing like a little bit too much. I feel like it should just be like a little lighter. Oh, hold on. I think I lost you because I switched things. There we go. So anyways, so yeah, just kind because yeah, when you're holding a balloon, do you really hold it like this, or do you kind of like sort of like hold it with like a grip, but not too firm at all?
Yeah, I don't mind the fist, but I think that the other hand is a little too casual.
Too casual. But what would you have
But
the
like
hand
you're
do?
right, that is probably not how people hold balloons.
Albeit it's also like a balloon on a plastic stick and not on like a string, so that's also probably another. Actually, probably it's good that
I mean,
it's
I
on.
kind of like the fist more as like a this is an aggressive character, but then
True.
the other hand needs to do more aggressiveness.
It's like a toddler's grip, making sure it doesn't float away. Which
Yeah, I
like,
kind of see that too.
do those stick balloons? Do they always have helium? Because I always feel like they never did. It was
That
only the
might be
string
why
one.
it's being held like that.
Because it isn't like floating. Is it just
Yeah,
like one of
because
those?
there is no helium.
No, that's what I was wondering as well. So it doesn't
Don't
have
we have
that
a
like
helium
lighter
shortage or
way.
something?
Are we in a helium shortage?
Don't we have that?
I don't know. There's always
I
a
don't know.
shortage of something.
Valid.
There's always
But
something
yeah,
going on.
I really like the color, like the coloring, the color grading. I think that is fabulous. Again, self shooting is really hard, especially when you can't see it. So I would again, I think just like having like an object that you can focus on and like play around with before you get yourself into the frame
Mhm.
would help a lot. Because
So,
if you can't see what you're doing, that's hard.
no, fair. I'm also kind of wondering. It's like, yeah, I do like how it's not, because this probably was taken probably golden hour or on a cloudy day. So I kind of like how the yellows are kind of muted just a bit.
I like the muted color.
Yeah,
I
and
like
it
that.
kind of makes the red stick out a little bit more, especially on the shirt. So
The red could pop more. The red could be a little more vivid.
true. Yeah, little cleanups on the ground, just made of some sticks and things. But yeah.
Yeah, but this is great.
So
That's great self shooting work.
anything else, or do you want to maybe take a quick break? What do you think?
Yeah, we could take 5.
You could do a quick break. Yeah. So because I think we're about like halfway through the photos, and I definitely know the next one is going to be your critique of my photo that you selected.
Oh, okay.
So I can't wait
Gotta
to
get ready
hear.
to roast you.
Yeah, get ready to roast me there, and then we'll kind of continue on. And I think we got like a few extras to go through there. So
Sounds good.
yeah, we'll just take a quick 5-minute break, just stretch our legs, use the restroom, get an extra drink and all. But yeah, we'll be back in a quick second.
Be right back.
So don't go anywhere. All right.
Yay! He's so cute.
I just realized my mic was just silenced there on the OBS.
Okay.
We have Kitty Cat. We have Hanky. We have Hanky Panky who just joined in. Oh, that stuff. Are you just here to entertain us? Our halftime intermission.
He's very orange today.
He's what? Oh,
He's so orange today.
He is so orange today. But yeah, so how do you think of the stream's doing today, Haley, with all the submissions we've gotten so far?
I think we've gotten really good stuff.
Yeah. Some good stuff, some
It's
good photos.
fun. It's fun. I like the photo critique. I feel like people are afraid of it and shy away from it sometimes, but it's not so scary. It's not that scary.
You sometimes always need that like little thoughts and ideas, or just sometimes like
No,
just to
it's
get out of our
just
comfort zone.
it's so nice to get feedback from people because, like, how do you know what to fix if you never hear anything?
Exactly. So, as I said, yeah, part of me, especially with the behind the scenes stuff, I'm like, all right, gotta jump over, gotta eat some food, then I gotta switch the scenes, then I gotta do that. So you get it easy, Haley. You get it easy. Here I thought, like, oh, maybe during the talks I could do some photo. I was like, nope, not a chance. Oh,
I'm simply here.
You just here and existing. But yeah, so you ready for the next photo? And it's a good one because it's a my photo. Yes, my photo that's you selected yourself. So okay, Haley, question: why did you select this photo out of?
I've been playing so much Hades too.
Jelly, I do need to try and get into that. So
I technically beat it, but I have to do the true ending.
Oh,
because they patched it right after I finished it.
Yeah, I have not played it.
That is why I chose that.
I've been kind of waiting to like until like this final patch came out to play it, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I waited for the official release, and then they went, just kidding, we added a new ending. And I went, okay. But yeah, that's why I picked it. I like it. It's a great photo. But tell me about it first before I roast you.
Before I roast you. So yeah, this was taken at C2E2 2023 with Mad Hatter Cosplay. And actually it was both Hades and Zagreus duo. So
awesome.
So we had the Zagreus there as well. So we kind of switched around. This was obviously, as you could tell, in the basement area near the fountains. RIP for them this year. Remember
they were there half the time.
Well, this year, only on Friday, I feel they were only on.
Only 40%.
But and yeah, so kind of took them down, and I kind of used honestly, I think I just only used a main light that just lit their head on the side there. I'm trying to remember if this was like a reference photo that we were trying to recreate, or it was just like, all right,
I feel like I've seen this before.
Or I was just like, dynamic pose, let's do this. And I thought, yeah, with like the crescent moon and the dagger in the back a little bit, was kind of good to add there. And just nice medium shot and power pose and enough blurriness in the background. So I'm just trying to keep talking before I get roasted.
Okay. You ready for me to roast then?
I guess so. All right. Hold on.
No, I'll be nice. It's a polite roast.
I need to pull up the image so I can see a little closer. I was like, oh God, I've not done this in a hot minute. Like, just look at my own photo.
Like, I have a look at my own image.
It's like I gotta look at this in clear detail. All right. So, lay it on me. All right. I think I have an idea what maybe might be some stuff you might say. I think I have an idea, some ideas.
I'll do that. Okay, but I really like this photo. I love the pose that she's in. I love that the moon is not in focus, but obviously she is, and I love daggers in focus. Like, that's a really great movement shot, showing off the props. Like hell yeah. She looks badass. She looks like she might kill you, and that's perfect. That's exactly vibe. I like the side light that you did too. I think it gives like that bit of drama going on.
I did the what? Sorry, I missed that.
You know, like drama, like cinematic vibes. You know, like dark, edgy kind of thing. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I kind of wish you committed more to like keeping this side of her, like the red eye side of her face darker. If we're gonna do like that kind of lighting, I think it would be cool since her character is like edgy and, you know, from hell. I think it would be cool to lean into that darkness a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe keep the red in the eye, have it glow a little bit more, because I think both eyes glow. So I think that would be really cool. If you keep the red side of her face darker, but you make that eye brighter, like then you still keep the color, but like then it, you know, it's like darker, edgier, or like, I don't know, violent. You know, her whole thing is death to Kronos, so I feel like going edgier work for her. But in your defense, I doubt this game was even out when you shot it. The side light that you added in is a little confusing because I don't think it necessarily matches the light, but I really like the color. I just wish it was coming like the actual side.
So like sideways instead of like the overhead, you're saying?
A little bit more from the side because it's more side lit, like just a little bit tilted more.
Okay.
And I think it would like flow better. But it's like, I think it's in the headpiece that the light, I don't know if that's part of like the overlay or something, where it looks like the top, like it blends into her hair a little bit too much, but I think I always see that.
Right. No, I think you're right because that was like a last minute, as I call, garnish, which was like a Lightroom. A Lightroom.
I don't think
flare
anyone would see that.
That's what it was. So.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would see that unless they're like 3 times enhancing, like I am right now. But like, I'm gonna nitpick it because I can. But like she looks amazing. I think I would just brighten up like her eyes. Maybe bring all the lipstick, like all of that green out just a little bit more. It looks like it rubbed off maybe in the middle of her lips. I would kind of pull it up a little bit more for her. But it really looks great. Maybe just a teeny bit of like frequency separation just to get that little bit of like video game smoothness. But that's being nitpicky. Like, this is a great photo. She looks stellar.
So I did do frequency separation, but again, what I always do is like I don't try to have it go all the way, you know, completely like cleaned. I always like to pull it back just to show some bit of like skin, which you could kind of see like around the arm and a little bit on the cheek. But that's also just me.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying airbrush her. I'm not saying take her skin away. I think just that little bit of smoothness on the face is like more of a video game kind of thing. I like to add that when it's like a video game character just for like the style. But if that's not your thing, that's not your thing.
But yeah, no, I do like the idea of like having that left side a little darker, which I think I tried to, but I probably should have gone a little bit more heavy. I believe
just like, I don't know, 2-3 stops even.
Yeah, from what I remember, I definitely know I added the color into the eyes. So I was like trying to. It
looks great. I can't tell.
That lip one I definitely missed. There are, as I'm looking now, there are some flyaways that I did because like I definitely cleaned out the outer. I didn't notice any flyaways. Well, it's like I cleaned up the ones like a little bit on the outside, but there are some that are just going across like the armor, like right by the hand of the dagger that I missed. So I'm like, okay, I missed that one. The other one, which I'm kind of wondering, is like either this strap on her left arm, whether if I should try to like fix that to smooth it out to be a little better instead of it being crooked like it is.
Yeah, I would maybe smooth that in.
Like a little,
or like at least have it connect.
hmm.
You know, get rid of like the little belt part, but also that just makes it look like a warrior that's wearing a belt.
True,
so
true.
that's a, I think that could go either way.
Yeah, I do see your point of the side lighting where I think I did try to throw it in, but yeah, maybe I should have like either readjusted
No, I
those.
like it's obviously it's not a bad photo. It's a beautiful photo, but I think that we could lean into it a little bit.
Like,
just like knowing
enhancing it a little bit more. Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So it's like I do see like needing to readjust it just a little bit. So
oh yeah. But it's really beautiful, and I like the addition of extra orange. That really works her outfit, obviously.
And especially you kind of got like the little bit of the green in the background there, and then you got the reds on the bottom. Like
yeah, they mix really, really well.
So
I like it.
Color chromatic or something to that degree.
Yeah, and props to the cosplayer, because I'm quite certain this game was not finished when they made it.
Yeah, because they announced it. I remember. Well, no, I remember this. They announced it like December of 2022, and I remember
it's been a while.
I remember going to like Holomat, and there was already like a cosplayer who made that within a week since that announcement. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
The devil works fast, but cosplayers work fast.
I love that expression. The devil works fast, but no, that's a good expression right there. So any other listing or things? Oh,
they're so impressive. No, I'm just props for speed. That's awesome.
No, thank you. All right. Well, all right. So enough about me. Let's go to our next submission that we have from actually one of the people that you photograph, whimsywolf.cos. They submitted this photo, which was a self shoot as well as edited themselves as Rasputin from Disney / Fox's Anastasia.
It's so cool. I've never seen a cosplay of Rasputin before. That's awesome.
I have seen a few. And I think there might have been some, like, I forget if it was like Dragon Con or somewhere, but no, it's like, yeah, you don't see too many. Or it was like it was a Rasputin, and then they had like a fishnets on underneath or something like that.
I know a Bartok cosplayer, but that's different.
Oh, you got the Bartok. Oh, just not pick on the bad. We're easy targets.
I miss him.
So yeah, continuing on. So they shot on a Canon Rebel T6. Lighting was all LED. What they're hoping to achieve by submitting is, the editing critique. A lot of special effects, nails, ears, magic was hand drawn on top of the photo. What is an easier / and they're wondering, was it easier / better way to make things look more seamless? Example, magic effects. Is it better to find a PNG or overlay, or is there an easier way that doesn't make things look obviously photoshopped? And then their last comment was, love both all y'all's work. This cosplay was fun and one-time thing from 2 years ago, but I would love to hear your advice. Awesome. So do you want to start off first? Because actually I need to set a few things up before, because I know
yeah, sure. Well, this is awesome. Again, I think I just said it, but I don't think I've ever seen a Rasputin cosplayer, so this is amazing just for the sake of how niche it is. I love it. But the lighting is so perfectly villainous. I love the side green. I really like the lights in the eyes, like how you can see. I assume it's a ring light or some kind of flash or whatever. But I like that you can see it in this one, because I feel like it makes it creepier. But the hands, the bottle, the effects, like I don't know what he used, like his soul bottle. That's really cool. I don't know, what does he call that? I don't know. He keeps
his vial or something like that. I don't know.
His jar of life or whatever. But
I know.
I think it looks amazing, especially for doing all of that hand drawn. That's crazy hard work, and I think it looks really good. I don't think that I notice that it's hand drawn until I like zoom into it and like actually like look because my eyes are not drawn to that. It's drawn like I'm looking at the face and I'm looking at the skull, and then my eyes go down. So I'm not really noticing that. I think the editing and the color in the face is selling it, and kind of taking it away from being your brain being too critical on that. You know what I mean? Like if you really zoom in, yes, you can obviously tell that somebody drew it, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a really cool stylistic choice. It goes with the paint, like it goes with the face paint. It matches the back. That looks
No.
nice and if you like, I don't know, I guess the preference on doing like drawing your own stuff versus like finding effects. Finding effects is harder these days because obviously Google doesn't work anymore, and it's all AI run, so it's very hard to find free like assets nowadays. A lot of them you got to go on Etsy and you got to pay for them. You got to join like a photo Discord and find a guy who's to share a bunch of them.
Or just like randomly search random websites like PNG Tree or something like that and hope like, okay, do I have to pay or is this a free download, or find the ones that you don't have to pay as well if you're kind of like tied on money.
And it sucks and it takes forever, and it's something that you kind of build up over honestly years and years of time. But it once you get like basic, like, I don't know, magic assets, I don't know, like you get like a magic glow, and like you get that in like a bunch of different colors, and then you can overlay that, and then you can build your work from there, and then perhaps you don't have to draw everything. And once you have a lot of overlays, you can kind of get away with a lot more, because if you put something in the foreground, like some kind of smoke or light source or something, that kind of blocks the hands a little bit more. Like I'm thinking like in front of this vial, if you had it smokier, like a green smoke kind of thing going on, that would be really cool. And then it would cover the hands and you wouldn't see it as much, and then you wouldn't have to worry about that detail. But like, this is an amazing self shoot. This is really badass.
So
maybe add a little bit more side lay, add more green. But like, yeah, this is awesome.
So the cosplayer did send me before image, because I was like, when I heard like things were painted, it's like, all right, I need to see a little bit of a before. So let me see if I can pull this up for you and transition.
Before and afters are so fun.
You see on my screen?
Hold on, oh my god.
So I did ask for that, but then they're like, they sent me this image and they're like, I think Kayla would get a kick out of this. So
my nightmare paralysis demon. They're so pretty.
That's just like an image of like, all right, mom, I'm ready to go to the convention. Can you drive me? Kind of. It's
that meme, that Family Guy meme where he's like, "Hey, you playing a little dress up?"
It also makes me think. It also makes me think of, was it that like Robert Pattinson in the kitchen meme where he's just like standing there like non-existent or something?
It reminds me of the Jim Carrey interview. Says that he had a panic attack every time he put on the Grinch makeup.
Oh god. Okay. Well, all right. Well, so as I said, they sent me this image. I was like, all right, that's a little.
No, it's incredible. They committed fully.
No, exactly. They thought that you would love it. So, all right. So now here's the real reveal of the before and after. So on the left side is the befores, and then the right side is the after.
Oh, that's crazy good.
So yeah, like. So again, it was that little question, like, all right, what was, taken, what was altered.
It's so interesting.
And Honestly, to be fair, like when I first saw the original image, I thought the ears were like legit prosthetics that they had on.
I
But
did
to
too.
hear either that they painted or did something with that and added it on there, it kind of I give credit to that, where it's like, okay, that
That's
even
flawless.
fooled me. And even you kind of
That's
got like
flawless.
you got like the little hairs. Let's see if I can like zoom on this one so you can see where. Yeah, you can see sort of like just strains of hair that are like dash painted on. Actually, yeah, I want to see that ear a little bit more. If that's
Yeah, they said they painted the hair.
they added some of the hairs there, but the ear,
That's
it's like,
beautiful.
was the ear actually painted or was that just like a PNG file? That's the one thing I'm trying to figure out. So I gotta
I
give
think
credit to
I think it's painted. The edges look like painted.
But yeah, so you do have sort of like, the nice sort of like, yeah,
That's awesome.
because obviously in the other one, it just literally is just like, all right, you see the line of the just the beard wig there, but yeah, just adding that extra like bristles of hair kind of.
Yeah, touching that up in post looks incredible. It looks
And then yeah, just
like
the extra
it like flawless.
the extra yellows in the eyes, the red heavier shadow on the
Yeah, that's badass.
the other one thing, which like I don't know whether if it was painted or not. I think it was. Judging by like just like the splotchy patterns, I think they painted the brown.
I think it is paint
on there. To which, yeah. So part of me
you
is like,
can do that, but it's probably easier to maybe color correct it.
yeah.
But I think that maybe it was to keep the black in the middle. But if you want to do that, you can take the color in it with a gradient and then just like pull it over.
Or even under blending options, like you could have it be a little bit
Yeah, that
red,
too.
add the yellow, and under blending options, you get a few options or varieties into that degree there, and such. So yeah, so you could technically try to adjust the green, because again, you just get a masking tool, get the green,
I'd make it just a little glowier.
a little glowier, like the outfit.
Just a teeny bit glowier.
So yeah, and then as you can see, they add a little bit of green there, to which I feel like it should be brighter. Like it definitely doesn't feel as bright as it could be, so it could be a little bit there. So
Yeah, it could be a little. I think adding like a little bit of a green like overlay, like mist over it would enhance that.
Well, another thing which I actually, let me see if I could do this here, or let me see if I could do this with this. I think one idea that could help is like little sparkles, or at least what I think I could do is like sort of like, let me try to see this, like some, that's not the right one. Let me get the right. I'm just gonna just do some white. I'm just gonna do some like white particles here. Like, you could throw like a little speckles, as you could see.
Yeah, that it'll sell the idea of like.
Sell the idea like
there.
Then, oh wait, oh shoot! Of course, I'm a fool. I should have made a new layer. Might be.
How could you?
Oh my god, I'm a professional. I swear to God. But yeah. So let's see. Let's add some blending options. I'm
teasing.
Let's see if I can. Add. So let's see if I can add just a little bit. I think was a color dodge.
You probably got to drop
definitely
opacity.
No, I am dropping the opacity a little bit, but see if you can get more. That what someone says. But yeah, so if like, I kind of get that little bit.
Yeah.
It might be a little too much, but
yeah, but the concept, the vision.
Yeah, so it might have to be like a little bit of a. And again, it's always that little bit you can experiment a little bit.
Yeah, obviously you play around with it.
Some Gaussian, maybe not Gaussian, but maybe some motion blur. Like just a little rough estimate.
Just a little bit.
That might be a little too much, but at least like it kind of gives that little feel in there that, you know, all right. Because again,
Yeah,
it's like,
it just gives it a little bit more depth.
and
Makes
then
it a
like,
little more 3D.
and then kind of like the same concept, you could just like add like a few more like sporadic, like again, I'm not gonna go too
Yeah,
crazy
just
on this,
kind of around.
but like a little rough around just to give some like stuff like in
Yeah.
the foreground blurred out, just to like add that
Yeah,
little
much.
emphasis there.
Yeah, much less bright, but you get the vision.
Yeah, you get the vision, the idea. Let's see. There you go. And actually, yeah,
Visions.
that might be a little closer to what I was kind of grasping at, but yeah, build down the opacity.
Yeah,
And
there
as you
you
kind
go.
of mentioned, like maybe a green smoke, because the one thing which, again, that is one thing that I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure
a little
this,
bit of smoke in there.
because I'm also like kind of looking at the lighting where it's like, all right, you want to use a green light, but again, you're getting a lot of green light to this right side, but I don't know where
Yeah, if
the
you just
source.
blend it in a little bit.
But what I'm saying is I don't know where the sources come from. When you see that green, you're thinking
Oh,
it's coming from this thing.
Agree.
So it's throwing me off to that bit where
I
it's
was thinking if you just added more green in general, like you have the green smoke to the side, or if
Yeah,
you just
definitely.
bring the green more into the face, then it, you know, the light source kind of reads better.
another thing which kind of been, again, it kind of is not distracting, but just one thing I've always noticed is like I feel like I'm losing the beard in this. Like I don't know
I think
whether
it's
there's
blended a little too much into the coat.
Mhm. Like there's not like a harsh like line that like helps
I
divide
think
it
it's
or
just that
something.
the beard, like the hairs itself, doesn't have the definition
Mm-hmm.
of like, I don't know, hair.
Of hair.
Like it looks a little too smooth.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just adding like those little like strands back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could probably help a little bit there. Yeah, so it's that detail there. And again, I'm kind of looking at the nails. So I'm curious how they did the nails, whether, again, as you said, just all painted.
I think those are painted.
Yeah. And I think they kind of like added like some little reds into there.
Yeah, I like the definition because I mean he's like it's like the colors work for me.
Yeah, no, the colors do work overall. Maybe wondering, yeah, like actually, yeah, let's try that. Let me try color lookup. Tension.
Yeah, maybe if you was,
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that tension green there. Does help.
oh wow. There we go.
Actually, it kind of looks like something from Nosferatu or like the
It
Exorcist.
does a little, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, as I said, like just that extra layer of green, I think just gives that.
Yeah, it looks
like,
cool.
Just gives that like little extra depth of cool or just like that spookiness.
Yeah, that's nice.
There.
Pretty nice.
And yeah. Any other thoughts or comments on this one?
I think that's great. That's crazy good self work.
And drawing work. So,
yeah, everything work.
I'm wondering, because again, I know they did a lot of painting, but would it, because I do see like how the eyes are sharpened, but then you see a lot of other elements that, you know, are painted, but then, you know, you see the hand, which feels faded or something. So do you think any like sharpening, especially like on this
I think
like
that's
jar would have
because
helped?
it was painted that they chose to lose a little bit of the definition.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you just need to lean, like if you're going to paint that much of it, you gotta lean into it entirely. So I think the rest of the skin has to match that now.
Okay.
Or you know, you need to sharpen it up to match the face. You gotta go one way.
One way or the other. Okay.
I think that's just a personal choice which one you like better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree that it, you know, you kind of gotta match them.
Nah, fair. Fair.
So yeah, maybe more blur on the face would make that work. Or if you sharpen the hands, because if it's painted, yeah, you might not be able sharpen it.
Like, yeah, because I imagine the hands are a little bit forward, so it would make sense, like a little tinge out of focus. And even like, well, yeah, because let me see.
Or you could just put smoke in front of it and cover it, and you're done.
Smoke and mirrors for sure. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, well, I saw that this person just literally popped into our chat, which was perfect timing. This photo was submitted by cremeboulet.cos, aka Core Toast. This is a photograph of Portia from the Arcana.
I thought that looked familiar.
Applique Faye, I want to say.
Yeah.
I'm not quite too familiar. And they said it was a random park in St. Paul, Minnesota. Do not recall the park's name. But then, yeah, it's shot on a Sony A7 with an 85 millimeter natural light. And they're hoping to achieve by submitting, like, just color grading, lighting, and contrast. They're particularly wondering if the saturation is too harsh and is distracting, or if it makes the colors pop more, due to which. They used natural lighting because the snow was fresh, falling, and so bright, it lit up the place. I think, or they think their ISO was at 100 at the highest the whole entire shoots. And, they said, thank you, snow, for being a good light bounce, and a little snowman emoji.
Oh, it really is.
So, yeah, no, it's like this is kind of like the perfect time and season because, yeah, we're probably going to be seeing a lot of snowshoots. In fact, I'm trying to see if I could get a snowshoe. I'm trying to see if I could get a snowshoe before I fly out to Boston for Christmas.
You crazy for that?
Well, I mean, just tis the season. Tis the season. So yeah, do you want to start with this? Because I gotta make some changes on my end here.
Yeah, sure. This is gorgeous. I haven't seen an Arcana in a long time. Lovely and nostalgic to me. I feel like I played this over COVID. Anyway, I love the colors. I love how vivid the orange and the blues are. I think her pose is really fun. I think it gives, like you can like kind of see the whole outfit. It gives like a nice flow to the dress and the little cape. Her hair is laying perfectly. I love the snow over it. It's not blocking her face or anything. Now that I have to be nitpicky, I would like to see her other hand. It looks like she only, because of the way that she's posing. You either turn her a little bit more so you can kind of see that her hand is like behind her back, or just have her like kind of do something else with it. And then I would maybe make the background a little bit darker, or at least kind of like by the skirt area, because the whites are kind of blending in together. But aside from that, I really love it.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a whimsical one, as I'd say. Some good snowfall. In fact, is it all natural snowfall? I'm guessing, because yeah, you got so much little speckles here and there. To that degree,
it's really pretty.
And I think, yeah, the lighting overall is very good because, again, you do have those cloudy skies that give that nice overcast, as well as the bounce of the snow below. So, I mean, that's just perfect overall. I always joke saying, like, I do not want to do shoots during any heavy snowstorms because it's just so miserable. It's so wet. But I think this is like, it is the worst. But thankfully, it's like, all right, this seems like good, quick, light snow and not too crazy to that degree. To that bit. But yeah, no, I do like the color tones. I'm wondering if, because it does it feel like a little warm on you at all? Like when I look at the background, I don't think so, actually. I'm just wondering if it just needs
the red in the tree is a little too bright. I think that needs to be toned down just a little bit because it takes your eye a little more. But otherwise, I like the coloring a lot. I like how.
And Juan also kind of like mentioned something that I was going to say as well. It's like, I would like if the cosplayer is like right between that lamppost and that
Yeah,
tree,
that would be
because
pretty.
that was like a little bit just whether you just askew yourself, just like just lean just to the right, because again, that would definitely just be two good parallels. Right
Yeah,
in
you can
between
either
them.
have her move like a step, or you can kind of cooch over
Lean.
just a teeny bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like but it is that little bit. I do like the reds popping out because again, you got so much cool tones in there, but then you got that red that just pops in to just feel a little festive.
I think it matches the orange though. I think the red from the tree needs to be a little bit less, but I like that the red is bright because of the red at the very bottom of the skirt.
Mm-hmm. True. So
I don't want to lose that either.
I think another thing in terms of posing as well. So it's like, yeah, definitely the hand just out just a little bit helps. I feel like the feet just feel a little too planted, especially for this kind of like dreamy kind of bit. I feel like there should be like a little lift, because like, yeah, the feet just seem just like too stationary there. Like whether if you have like one foot down, but then the other one like either just like tilted up just a little bit, or again, both feet, pointed up. I feel like that would just give just that little extra bit of levity. The other thing which I'm kind of curious is that I wish this photo maybe just took if you were able to take a few steps back and have like just a little bit more headroom, like just to feel the landscape, because I think this image was also cropped tighter in as well, because it does feel like a little tightened up. Does it?
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see how that could be cropped in a little bit. Yeah, maybe one or two steps.
Two cropped in. I'm saying so, like either the width.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you move
this is
back
not a 4x5. This is not a 4x5 format.
Yeah, so if you move back a little bit, it would be bigger.
And yeah, shift the subject to the pole. I'm trying to like look at my other notes, other details. And again, I know it's always like a little bit, because I think, we do have some good frequency separation on them. Just that little detail. There is like a little bit of hair cleanups I do see, but they're very faint. You like, again, you have to really zoom in to look in on it.
Yeah, you gotta super in here.
Is vertical. It was 16:9. Okay, so yeah, 16:9. Vontog did nail that exactly.
Nice.
But yeah, no, background darker, as you said, would be good. I don't know. Yeah, there's
not by much, just enough to see the difference with the skirt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there is that little bit where, like on the left side of the photo, like on the cosplayer's right, it's like there is that little bit where it's like, I know there is a line there, but it is still like that little bit where it almost, that like little mound of snow that's on top of the bunch there, it almost blends into the dress a little bit.
Yeah.
And even to the right side as well. So just either that little bit of like trying to have the background snow just be a little darker so that it just pops and you don't have the dress blending in too much. Yeah, because that's one thought idea just to help. So any other thoughts or ideas on this?
No, I think it's really pretty. I really like what she's in. I think the only, I mean, like the biggest thing for me is I just want to see the other hand.
Yeah, true there. All right, well, going on to our next one, and this next one is also another photo that has a reflection. So, yep, this photo was submitted by Barcelona Cosplay, who was the photographer, and the V from Cyberpunk is Clockwork City _cosplay. This was at C2E2 itself. I think I know particularly where this one is at. They shot it on a Pixel 9 Pro phone camera. They used the bar lighting and natural light, or just like a phone, phone camera.
Oh.
But yeah, so yeah, Pixel Pixel 9 Pro phone camera with bar lighting and natural light
I'm
through the
impressed.
window. They're hoping to achieve by submitting, and just curious, is the framing good? Should I continue? What editing software should I use? And then they didn't actually plan on capturing reflection. It was all happy little accidents. Happy little accident.
That's
Right
it's a really great, happy little accident. It was beautiful.
That's always like one of those moments during a shoot that I love, where it's like, you know, you're doing something and then suddenly you just stop for a moment, like, wait a second. And I'm like, hold on, let's just do a quick adjustment. And I'm like, let's do this here and such. So we always,
Yeah, it's always fun when you like something just clicks when you're like on a shoot.
So yeah, I could definitely start by this one here. Let me just pull it up on my Photoshop and my notes as well. If I can find my notes. Did I put my notes down? Oh yes. So kind of like similar to Juan's photo where there's a lot of lines. I kind of do like how
I like the line.
yeah, you do see like a lot of leading lines that are just kind of going in to the cosplayer. You got both the bar, sort of like metal parts that are going right there. You got the structure itself that's like pointing into there and to that stationary pose. This does like look like V, where it is like, all right, I'm very deep thinking, or I'm a little traumatized by what happened in the prologue and such. And then yeah, obviously, you know, always love a good little happy accidents on there. Actually, it's funny enough, I think that game turns 5 years old next week. Because I remember,
Really?
yeah, it came out on my birthday in 2020. So yeah, no. And all those bugs and crazy, you know, glitches that occurred upon release. But now
what
it's
a
like
time to be alive.
yeah. And I don't know, it's just kind of funny there. I will say that again, and for this being taken on a phone camera, a lot of good credit there with like just the framing, and it is like sometimes just the simplest
This is
devices
crazy for a phone shot.
can be done. Now the question is whether if there was editing done or not, whether this is just straight from a camera, and was just uploaded. So that's one question I have, whether if they actually did do any editing. But
I don't see any.
Well, I think they did.
Maybe some brightening.
Well, I think they did do some editing, because when I look in, I think they might used Lightroom, and we might have a similar situation with and cosplays, to where when you look at the gun, you can see it sort of like that lens blur acting up again. So I think they did.
Is this just a thing phones do, or is this a Lightroom thing?
I think it's Lightroom. I think this is a Lightroom adjustments.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then the one thing which I kind of noticed, which even though like you do see like this line that kind of leads there, it almost looks like as if there's nothing at this bar here. Like I don't see like.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would crop right there.
Yeah, either crop it a little tighter, but I think that blurring also caused to blur out the line so that what you see.
Oh yeah, it did.
So like again, because I'm like trying to see like, all right, where's the points to where I should be seeing the end of the bar? So it's like, all right, it should be this, right? But then
yeah, you're right, it did.
This area is just missing there. So
yeah, so I guess be really careful if you use a lens blur, because I honestly have not used it to notice this, but it seems like it is not that great at doing like transitions between lines or like surfaces.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly.
Like, yeah, you're definitely gonna have to like look really close if you use that lens blur. But that I really like the shape that's going on. The reflection is.
We do have a little quick pause here, Haley, because we did get raided. Thank you so much, Frankie-Pan13 for the raid. Hello, for just quick introduction for people in the raid. Hello, my name is Eric Jaws Photo. I'm a variety streamer who does photo editing and gaming. Particularly today with this episode, we have all our alerts off because I am basically recording this stream and it will be uploaded later for YouTube. And so that's why notifications are off. But thank you so much for the raid, Frangipan, and enjoy it and have a great rest of your night. So sorry I can't do a full introduction like a normal streamer, but I don't know. Thank you so much for the raid.
Sorry, I can't be a normal person.
Sorry I can't be a normal streamer because I'm trying to do a little something, but I can't have all of my bells and whistles right there. But I will give you a shout out. So please go support. And here for the photo talk. No, perfect there.
Oh,
perfect
they
there.
want it. No, they want the photo talk.
They want the photo talk? All right, perfect. So, well, all right, let's get back to it. All right, Haley, you talk right now. I did my couple 2 cents. Now you talk.
All right. I mean, I'm Haley. I'm HayleySteinPhoto on basically everything. I've been doing photos since 2019. We're talking about art critiques here. This was submitted by Cosplay and the Cosplay Clockwork City Cosplay. They said this was actually a phone. We're quite impressed right now. I really am, like, I still kind of stuck on the fact that this is even a phone picture. Like, that's crazy. This is really, really great. Again, we've already mentioned the lines, the shapes going on here, but like, that's like #1 best thing you can do in photo, in what my opinion is, have shapes, especially like that little diagonal line going across, kind of making like a triangle. Love that. I think it should be cropped in a little bit more, like crop right at diagonal angle, right at the edge of the bar. Maybe crop in where that yellow on the left. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe add like an extra light coming out from there, or maybe darker, something going on with that. But like, that's great. That looks awesome. I really like a little bit of the extra light coming in on the side. But yeah, I think the only like nitpicky stuff is when you zoom in and you get that lens blur issue.
Another thing which I think is that the photo, even though like I do love all the alignment, I think it is just rotated askew just to the left. So if there were just like some way to straighten the photo a little bit more with all these lines, I think that would help out a lot more. There is that little bit where it's like, I do love the open spacing and just kind of like feels like a room. But yeah, I do agree, if we could maybe crop to just the edge of that corner of the bar, I do agree that would help. Part of me is like back and forth whether to have that yellow part or whether to just crop that out, or at least maybe just do a cloning stamp just to extend it a little bit more, because again, I do like the openness. The one thing which I do see that we should try to remove are those exit signs. Or I guess it's only one exit sign, but I gotta say signs plural because it is two.
I am a gray square.
You're what?
Eric fixed me. I'm a gray square.
You're what?
I'm a sad gray square. Okay, you fixed it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. We were doing a little bit something different, and I think I maybe might switch it back to the Twitch shoutouts next time.
That's valid.
Yeah, I hope they at the toy. The other thing.
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying. I think if maybe like 1 or 2 steps to the left or the right, you would get inner angle.
The other thing, when I see this image, when you think cyberpunk, what is the color scheme that you kind of think?
I'm thinking blues or purples or something.
Blues and purples, maybe like some extra contrast. Because
yeah, we could go darker for sure.
The image does feel a little too bright and a little too flat for me, especially when you think cyberpunk. So I think you either really gotta open up those cyans, neon colors, if you will, because again, as much as like, yeah, we do like some natural stuff, but especially if it's a bar at Night City, it would not be this bright. Like that is low color.
Yeah, I was thinking, since it's already with natural light, how to improve it from here. But yeah, if we want to add a different light source, totally neon. go way darker.
What else? Yeah, it's like, and again, like
Um,
I think that
even
this.
if you in post take just the background and make that darker, that could add a lot.
Yeah, maybe do like a just select background selection, because again, like they were asking like what programs to use.
Oh yeah, I would.
You know, probably like Lightroom. That's a good, quick, obvious, easy
Yep.
one. And then for advanced stuff, Photoshop. But even in like Lightroom, you could just do like a select background, increase the dehaze or even clarity even more. And then either what I would maybe try to do is like maybe just moves. Actually, yeah, let me do that now. Let me see if I could test this out. Always keep
Yeah, why
being like,
not?
all right,
Let's.
let me get
But
back
yeah,
to this.
if you want to stay out of like the Adobe, you know, whatever system, Affinity is free now. You can try that.
Let's see. So as I said, it's gonna be a
What
rough
else? There
test.
are quite a few apps you can use. A lot of people have been using PixArt. It's a good starter tool. I wouldn't like edit everything in there, obviously, but you can do some pretty basic, actually some like a little bit more intermediate stuff now.
So again,
The
like,
apps are getting pretty good.
so as I said, like right now I'm just kind of just doing like a general selection, but even like with me just selecting the backgrounds and me just
Yeah, even just
adjusting
making
the
it a little
hue,
cooler.
cooler tone, like just difference, like just something that does seem a little unique, that doesn't quite look,
Yeah,
like
Cyber
modern day. You got to have it
has such odd
really
colors that you could
blurs,
really pick any.
colors. And again, probably some overlays they can do on top of that. Because I'm trying to think
Yeah,
what I did
I like
do
that.
with. Actually, let's see. No, that might feel too much there. Actually, yeah, even that just like right there just feels style and edgy, like Night City-ish, cinematic color tones, if you will, like that. So
Yeah, that looks. I like it.
you like it? So any other
Debbie,
thoughts
if you're
or
gonna
comments on
keep
this one?
leaving stuff,
Gabby just
my cat keeps asking to come up, and then he leaves, and then he removes the problem.
just leaves and rips around and all that stuff. Any other
He's a
thoughts?
special man.
Any other thoughts or comments on this one?
No, I think this is again for a phone photo. That's crazy good. It's so crisp. It's so in focus. It's so clear. It just needs a little bit of color grading.
Yeah, and just some spot healing and cropping. Just those little details, that just really what matters and enhances the photo.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
I forgot Barcelona just joined in on the conversation. Hello.
Hello.
They didn't have the neon lights. It was a bummer. From what I'm hearing, I'm not bad for a beginner. No, exactly. It's a good starting photo, I would say.
Oh no, this
Sorry.
is fabulous for a beginner. Are you kidding?
When I was seeing the
This is
green,
great.
I thought it was Juan messaging for a second, but I was like, oh no, that's someone else. Never mind.
Oh, it's a secret other person.
So let's see. So all right. So okay, so we gone through all the single submitted photos. I think we got a little more time to do a few extras. What do you think, Haley?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So we're bringing back your good old pal, your good old friend Juan here for his second submission of Doctor Strange with the cosplayer Celeste, or Celestial. Yeah, shot at Uchicon on a G5 using some LEDs. He was very curious about hearing about the lighting and the masking technique for this one. So
okay, you want to go first?
Did I go first on that last one?
Okay, fine. It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Okay. Let me enhance. Enhance. Okay.
Enhance.
So I love the colors. I love the pop. I really like the brightness coming out of this like lip thing. I like how you can see the lights like coming through her hands at the bottom. Like I like that, looks very magical to me. I think that's really neat. The color scheme is really cool, like I just said. I like the light in her eyes. I think that's like very cinematic. The background looks great. It's not too in focus, but it also like, adds to the photo. I like framing for it. To be nitpicky though, I think the masking is a little weird around like her arm. The arm that is holding like the bottom part of the whip. If you look kind of close, you can see like some red kind of coming in where I don't think it necessarily belongs.
Like on the hand or the arm, like so the left
On the arm itself, kind of like where the elbow bends.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah.
And I think that's just the masking itself. So like if you just like touch that up, I think that would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
On her face, it's a little spotty. The light source is not consistent. So
Yeah,
I think I was like
gonna say
see it.
The lighting does throw me off, especially on the face, because you see a shadow on her right side, but yet you have this bright light that's shining in front. So I would wonder, because I'm guessing you probably had a lot of light coming in on the left side. It would make sense that beam light should be on her left side / that right side of the image. So that, because again, because I just see shadows on there, but I'm like, wait, there shouldn't be shadows. Why is the left side perfectly lit when you think?
I think that's a masking thing.
But even
because
then,
it looks like the left side of the face is masked. Is that correct?
I was gonna say
Juan says yes.
So like the left side.
Yes.
So
I think I would just not mask that part or do it a little less dark.
No, it should be dark. Like I should see like
or dark. Yeah, I guess darker.
Yeah, so
I meant because it's kind of orange and it doesn't match the other side of her face.
Yeah. But again, what I'm saying is like I'm seeing more shadows on her right side of the face, which has that like stream of light, than the left side. When you think about it, that should be the opposite.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's one thing that's kind of throwing me off with lighting. The other bit, which again, there's always like a question, like when you have something going down like in front of the face, I think like sometimes people do it right in the middle. Sometimes like they do it over the eye. I think the eye needs to be completely covered while you still see like that little speckle of eye there.
Yeah, like move it just a little bit over that way or
Yeah, so again, yeah, it's like a little posing right there. And again, yeah, the shadowing is throwing me off a bit. And again, this is all in Lightroom, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then
yeah, so I think it's just the masking technique that's a little.
was it brushed?
But it's hard to do that all in Lightroom.
Was it just like brushed like masking, or was it like sort of like circular masking?
Brush or circular? Brush.
It was brush. Okay. Which, yeah, brushing in Lightroom for masking is a lot of hit or miss. And again, we could kind of see that a little bit on the arm, as you mentioned before.
Yeah, I feel like this is a lot of the limitation of Lightroom's maskings.
Yeah.
So I think if you did the exact same thing in Photoshop, you would get a better result.
Yeah, and just be able to like.
But it looks. I still really enjoy this photo. I still really like it. It's just like that one little movement.
Yeah, just some slight. Again, because it is that little bit where you just gotta see where's the light coming from, where's it going, and how's it.
I really like the pops of color, though. I like how vivid it is.
True, the blues and the
And
reds.
I really, really do like the light that's coming from the whip.
True. As I said, it's just the shadows. The shadows is what's throwing me off on the face.
I like the shadows. It's more just putting it on the right side.
Agreed. Yeah. So that is definitely.
Because I like how dark it is. I like that the background is really dark. I like that, like, it, you know, like the hair kind of is darker, like the blue kind of becomes darker and blends in a little bit. I like I feel like that's very Doctor Strange. That's very Multiverse of Madness.
No, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, the blues stick out. And again, it does make sense. If you have a bright light that's shined at your face, like a lot of stuff should be dark in the background. So it just helps pop that brightness a little bit more.
Yeah, agree. I really like it though. I think we've had great photos.
True. So any more? Otherwise, we got one last image for
one last
one. So let me get that all started up and set up.
Wait.
And again, I'm sorry, Cyronius. We kind of had a bunch of submissions already, and we've kind of been streaming for a little while, but it's a little
next
bit where
time this will happen again.
Yeah. And it seems like it's getting a good turnout, so hopefully we get a good sequel started out soon. So,
there will be a part 2.
All right, so we started this stream with an image from Haley. We end it with an image from Haley.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
I
told you this. I told you this
no,
in the plan and layout. When we thought you were gonna, roast on my photo first, I was like, wait, no, hold on. We start you first. You could do me after the break, and then we'll wrap you up with this image, because this was another image submitted by Mecha Empire, I believe. Or let me get this up on here.
Yeah, they're a cool cosplayer.
So
cool friend.
So I'll put down the notes that they said. At least,
for sure.
This is Asuna Yuki from, I believe this is Sword Art Online.
This is Sword Art Online, Asuna.
And this was, hopefully I can make part 2 as well. This is lovely chilling. But yeah, so this is at Grand Park in Wisconsin, Chudai? Chudwer?
Yeah, it's like a little past Milwaukee.
Then they said,
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Fair. For the camera, they said, I don't know. For lighting, they said natural light and the snows. They also did not know what to achieve by submitting. And then the last note and comment was, I like chicken wingies. So
good.
Chicken nuggies, chicken
But
nuggies.
I also like chicken nuggies.
All right, well, so since the cosplay did not have quite as much
details. I can fill that in for you.
Yeah, please fill that in.
Yeah, so this is a Z6 again, Nikon. This is during a actual snowstorm. I edited it. Can't talk anymore. I edited in some snow, just because honestly, it's kind of hard to get that while it is snowing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let me think. No flash, because obviously it was all bright. Probably like 100 ISO, 100-ish. Maybe? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you think?
I haven't looked at the metadata.
Fair. So I guess I should start by my highlights of the photo. In fact, that's one thing I kind of realized I've been labeling. It's not like pros and cons or positives or negatives. I label them as highlights of the photos and improvements that can be done. So that's how I've been phrasing it in my notes. So highlights, I would say, I do love sort of the color tones. You do get that little pop of red. I think this red is kind of nice, where it's not as vibrant. It kind of just blends in a little bit more than I think what was in the other snow one. Again, the pose is a good one. I would say like maybe that leg could be a little more relaxed down. because that's always like the one thing with
They
like
were freezing.
that, and that is true and fair. I can
Yeah,
imagine.
so that was as far as the mobility went. But I agree with you.
Yeah. How so quick question. How quick was the shoot? Because I know there was those I've done last time I done a snow shoot.
I'm trying to think. Probably 15 minutes, half hour.
Half hour. Okay, so not too long because yeah, I did one snow shoot.
We had to walk a bit.
Oh yeah.
At the park this was at, to get to like this little location. It's actually overhanging a little bit of like a lake. Obviously, it's matter, but to get to the area that I wanted to shoot at, it was like a 5-ish minute walk. So that adds a bit.
Yeah. So few notes that I noticed immediately is that I think the face is out of focus.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say I had a hard time with focus in general in this shoot because it was literally snowing. So I kept catching on the snow itself and not the face.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, because I think it is focusing on the hands just a little bit, which that makes sense because they might be a little more forward. What?
You've gray squared me.
All right, yeah. Next time, I'm really gonna need a. All right, no more Discord screen. No more Discord screen share record. We're gonna just go back to Twitch shoutouts again. Lessons learning right there. So yeah, another question which I think you have a combination of both snow and you added some snow, didn't you, onto here? Did you?
Yeah, it's both. Yeah. Looking at this photo now, I can see that I needed to tone down my overlay.
Yeah, because
it's too much. It's too much. I agree.
When I see the pattern, so do you have like just sort of like a brush where it randomizes sort of like the size or the speckles or something like that? So what?
Wow, how can you tell?
Yeah, just because. Well, and again, no, that's completely fine. But yeah, it's like there are some of these where it's like
no, I fully agree with you. Right around the face and the hairline, way too much.
Yeah, and I'll admit some of these, the shapes of these, like they look like grains of rice.
They're too weird. They're a little weird looking.
They're grains of rice. You threw rice on the photo.
Yeah. What I must have done was made it too large.
Yeah. Or another thing which could have helped is either if you just added maybe an extra like Gaussian blur, maybe that would have hurt. Snow beans.
Someone said snow beans.
Snow beans. I love it. So yeah, like
I can't unsee it.
So yeah, like I think it is that little element where it's like you got, and again, it's that bit where it's like you got the reference of like, all right, you got your actual little specks of snow. I feel like in this case, I wouldn't try to like replicate like the individual specs. I would either try to like throw like either little specks in the background or near the tree, like keep it away from the subject, or either have like the
I put way too much in front. Totally agree.
Like the big like really out of focus one just to get some depth. So that's one thought I
maybe like one or two of them. Yeah.
I do know like how the last one we did mention about the wig where you could still see the hair of the cosplayer. It's not as bad as the last one. Like
right by the ear.
It's not as bad, but and again, like you could argue like it blends a little better than that, but that is still one little thought and note there.
Yeah, I thought I got away with it, but you're right. I could have gone harder. I should have painted a little bit.
No, that was the same with me in my photo that I critiqued.
Like, I thought I got away with it, but...
Do you recall what you shot? Was this on like a 50, 85?
I want to say this is 85. Probably right before I broke.
There's that little bit.
I must add, I did not break it. Nothing happened to it. It just stopped.
It just snapped. It fell
under
the pressure of the cold.
The camera doesn't read it anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I actually
Interesting.
have to.
Get that checked up on.
Yeah,
need-
it's not under warranty. They did say they'd fix it.
Yeah, so let's see. If I were editing this, I'd probably remove the half circle branch. Yeah, well, I mean, I would keep. I would
Oh,
either.
yeah, you're right.
Well, either like, yeah, either remove that branch, or again, I'm
Oh,
kind of
you're
curious
right.
if whether to, as always, like that's one thing I'm trying to do this year. It's like I'm trying to like take more steps back and try to get more of the environment. So I wonder if we could step back a bit more and just get more of those branches, because
In that space, I could not.
in the
I was
forest.
blocked by, I was blocked by a bunch of like tall grass, so I couldn't back any further.
Oh, wait, you had grass?
Yeah, like a Pokemon.
I was like, maybe you could use like the grass as like a
I did in a
foreground,
different.
like, oh, in a different one? Okay, fair.
Mhm.
But yeah, because it is that little bit like, yeah, I do agree this branch needs to be moved, but I also feel like this one just seems a little too close. Like if there was just like a little extra space on top, like above the head, like just like a couple inches or so, like, because it does seem
Yeah,
like
maybe
just a
if
little
they
too
were
close to
like
the
a
head.
little lower.
It's too low. I think it's too low. It needs to be a little higher. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean like if that like the subject was lower.
Or if you raise the camera up higher, that would help as
Yeah,
well.
but I'm short, so I
I
can't.
know.
I don't have the ability of height.
Yeah. I do agree where this is a white outfit where it's like, all right, you got the hairline that helps like, define it, but then you kind of lose that left arm a little bit there.
Yeah, you're right. I could have
if like there was like maybe, yeah, if you maybe turned a little bit,
a little darker,
or found like just
or
a
turn
bundle
them more towards the tree, even.
Yeah, or at least see if there was like any like bundles of tree branches that were because I do see some tree branches that are sticking out from that arm. So it's like maybe you could have gone like a thicker.
In my defense, there are other photos I did do.
True. Yeah, no, but this is the photo that we are given today. So, any dodging and burning?
My actual question for you is: how would you get the red out of their face, like, on their nose?
On their nose?
You know, like when you're cold and you just
no, I know what you mean. So actually, you know what? Example time. I got Photoshop up, so let me do that. It's like, why say it when I could do it? All right, so
you have the
I have the power and technology. So, yeah, let me see a little bit here. So
that is what I struggled with the most on this, aside from the fact that no, for me not
so
able.
I think I have a little idea how to do this, because I've had to do this before where I've had people, like there was one person I photographed and they had sort of like a red rash on their skin and they wanted that to be removed.
Sometimes.
So let me see. So this is going to be like an extreme example of this. So I'm just going to select
obviously
the red channel right there. I love to know that for my engagement photos where my ears were bright red. So basically what I'm doing right here is wait, hold on. No, I need to put the mask on. I need to put the mask on right here. I always keep forgetting. It's like, well, it's like I always add like the saturation or whatever thing, but it's like I forget to I put the mask on afterwards. I do this all the time. But anyway, so
I love forgetting how to use Photoshop.
What was that?
I love forgetting how to use Photoshop, the program I've been.
All right, so this is a extreme scenario where like, all right, what I'm trying to get is these specific reds. So obviously what I'm doing right here is I'm completely blowing out the saturation so I could see where is my red being covered. So on this like toolbar here, you can like select, and as you see, as I kind of go down, you could see that it's removing certain reds right here. So like as you can
impressively simple.
No, it is. Believe me, it's a very simple technique right here.
That is way easier than I thought.
So okay, so then now I can easily like change and edit to desaturate.
Come on, that's good.
No, this is
That's
this is a
alright,
very
so much better.
no, this is a very light and simple and handy tool that can just be like,
Oh, that's so much better. Dang, that was easy.
so no, there are small tricks and techniques to do it. But yeah, so
Oh,
and again, like
yeah.
as I said, it's a quick, easy scenario. And again, I'm editing this on like a JPEG, but you know, that's a simple basic idea of like
Yeah, that's good.
to try to do that because again, I know the red channel covers so much, and yet it's like, all right, I don't need all
You need red.
these yellows or orange. I need these specific reds, and then I removed like I quickly brushed off so that we can still keep the legs there. It's like,
Yeah,
but at the same, but
30 seconds.
but at the same time, like no one would discredit you if those reds were still there because they're in the element.
Oh, yeah.
So that is also
yeah.
another factor where it's like you
But
don't
it's
want
nice to know how to get rid of it.
or at least reduce the amount of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's your quick editing trick of the stream right there. Which honestly,
Thank you, Uncle Iro.
as I drink my tea
Yes.
right here and there. Yeah, so that's the one. Did you do any dodging and burning on this one?
No, should have.
Yeah, because I think that would also help with like that because it's like the same bit where it's like, all right, yeah, this arm is kind of getting lost on the outfit.
I think it's because this one in particular I knew was a little focused, so I focused a little harder on the other photo.
Fair. So.
Oh, you're right. I should have dodged him.
Yeah, and even like the neckline is kind of getting lost a little bit there as well. And even then, like, yeah, you could have done like maybe a quick sharpen to help with that recovery. So that's
yeah, just a teeny bit.
Just a teeny bit. Yeah. So
yeah.
I know still good photo overall, but just little things just to help enhance and
oh yeah, that's the point.
That's the point. That's the point right there.
That's the point.
And yeah, I think that covers it all. That covers it all, Hayley.
Yeah.
How'd you think it went? Do you feel good as
I think we got great stuff.
We got some great stuff. I think
like we had great submissions. I think we all learned things.
We all learned
hopefully that
today.
Was constructive criticism for everyone who submitted.
Yeah, no, I think good submissions and thankful to have so many because Hayley can attest to this. For like the longest time when I was like submitting, I'm like, we don't have any submissions. We don't have any submissions.
Like,
I don't know what's going on. And it was like a week later, I was like, we finally got one submission.
Everyone was busy eating turkey.
And we were at Cosplay North, like, we got 2. And it was just like, just constantly like, are we going to have enough? And we have to cancel the stream. Like, oh God, oh God, oh God. But no, thankfully.
No, everyone was busy eating turkey. It was fine.
On. Did I lose you?
No, I don't think so.
Hold on, Hayley. I think I lost you for a second.
What?
Oh, wait, there we go. Got you now.
What?
I think hold on. Do I have my channel on a different thing? Speak one more time.
Do you? Hello. Hello, world.
Say hello again.
Hello, world.
Oh.
Hello.
Why you? Oh, I think I know.
Ah.
Yeah. I think I see. I think I know what's going on. So I need to fix some settings on my computer. Like I have not been on here too much or something like that. Learning so much. Great job. GG's all around. But no.
Yay,
yeah. So
good.
I think good stream overall. And some good things to learn, especially this being the first one. It's that
it was totally fun.
I don't know whether to have this be like a bi-monthly thing. Just Taffy's eyes just staring right. Eyes are just like bugging out like crazy.
What do you see?
What
do you see?
What do you see? Perfect. But no, I think the stream went pretty well. Very great. As I said, I just kind of wonder how to do this for the little bit of the future. Whether if this might be a yearly thing or do it twice next year, 4 times. I don't know.
Whatever your soul is feeling.
Because as I said, it's like I want to keep doing like both the snap and chats for interviews and all that stuff, but it's like maybe either rotate like my guests for the
This could be a
critiques
good
as
in
well.
between.
I think it could be. So who knows? Gotta gauge, gotta see. But overall, I'm just happy to see that everything went well with today's stream. No tech
Yay!
issues. Good stuff. I had Naf on the stream itself as well.
Perfect.
And all good, perfect
All
things.
according to plan.
So yeah, Haley, do you want to give your socials as well as what you got going on next? Any big projects or plans?
Yeah, I'll be at UchiCon. I'll be walking to be at every convention in Chicago, Milwaukee. My socials are HayleySteinPhoto, HAYLEY. That's my special spelling. But aside from that, yeah, find me anywhere. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out.
All right, perfect. Well, again, thank you so much, Haley, for kicking this off. Have a great rest of your night. Be safe, be well, and I'll see
Thanks
you.
for having me, buddy.
I'll see you soon, probably. I feel like we're gonna bump into each other this month.
Hamburger Mary.
Hamburger Marys. All right, have a good one. And you could sign off
Good
whenever.
night.
It doesn't matter. Good night. Bye. Bye. AT then. So yeah, good stream, good times, good vibes. Thank you again, Haley, for assisting me on this wonderful, awesome stream. And yeah, some good 12 submissions with a few additional. It was 12. Was it 12? Yeah, it was 12. We had 10 submissions with one photo from Haley and one photo from myself that were included onto the stream. And yeah, so I think just good all overall. Just good vibes, good hangouts, good chills. And guess what? We still got a little time. Well, again, I think a good amount of time. Not too long, not too crazy. And that's what I like the most, is not worrying too much. Because sometimes these streams can just go long and they just go crazy exhausting. But yeah, so what's going on? Not sure yet. Still trying to figure out things. Hopefully I could get a few streams in before the before the holidays, because I will be traveling out to Boston to celebrate Christmas with Nicole and her folks. So maybe we might have a stream or two next week. Maybe a possibility of a birthday stream. I don't know. We got that, but I'm sure people will be keeping themselves updated as much as possible. So the next question is, who are we going to raid? Is there anyone to raid right now that is photo editing? I need to fix my settings here a little bit. But yeah, who are we going to raise? Let's see. I do see some videography. Is there anyone? I should support someone. What has everyone got planned this weekend as I look around and find stuff? I could just randomly raid a good friend. That could be a possibility if I cannot find any photographers. If not, yeah, we'll just keep that going. I think so. I think we might have to. Impromptu trip to Chicago Saturday. Ooh, nice. Trying to finish a winter cosplay for photos. Ooh, yes. Get those winter photos in. Get that snow in before it gets too cold. As I said, I'm trying to get my snow shoots in as much as possible. I did do a nice, I got a couple holiday shoots in that I did. Thankfully, indoor studio ones, especially during this snowstorm. But yeah, we'll figure that out. Yes, I think what we'll do is, unfortunately, there are no photographers streaming right now. So I am going to raid a good cosplayer friend. Let's see, there we go. Hi, Kirsten. They are currently playing some Marvel Rivals. Let's get this on right there. So yeah, let's get this raid started and going. Please give them all the follows, the love. I do need to say hi. It's been a little hot minute since I've last chatted with them and supported them. Honestly, I've not been too much on my computer. But yeah, no, thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. This was a great turnout, great stream. Hopefully I could do some more in the future. But yeah, be safe. But yeah, so yeah, thank you again. Because again, without you guys, it makes content like this, streams like this, even more encouraging to do every week and every time, just because life just gets so busy. But this gives me so much energy. But yeah, thank you so much again. Be safe, be well, and I'll see you all on the next stream. Take care.